God, dude. Alright, my cat is yelling at me. I'll be right back. No audio. No, we got audio. Audio now? Can you not hear? Can you not hear now? Super quiet? Okay, there we go. All right, yes. Sorry. Okay, I'm like, God, I don't know what happened again. I don't know why the audio is fucked up, but it been doing that lately. So, hello. Did I watch The State of Play? No. I have a hard time. I'm going to talk about the God of War thing, though, because it's fucking stupid. It's real dumb. Give me one more second. Hello. Y'all can hear. Y'all can hear. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, sorry. I've been so really quick. Johnny Viral, thank you very much for sharing the Ko-Fi link. If we could hammer the Ko-Fi link a little bit today, um, I will be real. I could use some donos right now. This kind of transition to having two channels, I think, is going to be really rough for a month or so because I do rely on, especially because my essays and stuff haven't been getting the views I actually need to like do this as a job. Yeah, I've been relying on, and I've been open about relying on stream highlights, and I'm hoping that by kind of cutting that off now, and I should have done this earlier instead of relying on them for so long, but by not relying on stream highlights, and let me actually pin that really quick. But yeah, if y'all have, of course, during this Pride Month, I understand a lot of people are struggling, so it is not by any means a necessity. But if y'all don't know, I'm currently actively in production on, or trying to get production going on 2 film projects. One is a short film that I will be actually opening up probably at least an online casting call soon. Because some of the parts I think can be easily done remotely. And yeah, just a lot of stuff I'm working on, a lot of stuff I'm trying to do with a constantly dwindling pile of resources. Like I try not to talk about it too much because I try not to be like bitchy and I try not to, e-beg and all that stuff, but I don't like once money is taken out from food and expenses and rent and bills, I don't have a lot in my savings account at the end of every month. I don't have a lot in my savings account right now. Most people probably have more than me. I'll be real. Did I see the new Silent Hill game, Very Outlast? I have not seen the trailer for Townfall. I don't know what it is, but the opposite of my vibes, like going into Townfall, I have been feeling very hesitant about it, and I can't quite put my finger on it. BB Vortex Morningham, thank you very much for following. Holy shit, thank you for super chatting $50. Love you. Be well, too good. Thank you so much, BB Vortex. I pinned over on YouTube, however, I did pin the Ko-Fi link because that is for anybody looking to donate, that is the preferable way to donate because the money goes right to my PayPal. It doesn't, I don't have to wait over a month and YouTube doesn't take out, or YouTube or Twitch don't take out their like 40% cut or whatever it is. So thank you. Always donations of all kinds are appreciated. But if you want to put something in my pocket today, going into the Ko-Fi link that is currently pinned. Oh no, your BB Vortex morning. Don't even worry about it. That's on me. I completely forgot to bring that part up. And thank you very much, Darth Death Metal. Yeah, it's been a wild couple of days already because I've been, so for those, like I said, I'm in actively trying to work on multiple film projects, and for one of those it means before I can really do anything else, I have a script. Cat, what do you want? Oh my god. Hey baby, can you goop, miss? I just fed her. I don't know what her damage is. Anyway, thank you very much, Johnny Viral. Where's my partner? Koa's right here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but to be able to get kind of anything actually filmed or going on this project, I need to find the right, and without divulging too many details because I don't want. I've talked about it before, but I want to have something filmed before I go through any kind of fundraising. And it has been a weird journey going to places in the downtown area and being like, hey, how can I talk to the owner of this building? Hey, how do I like contacting the Spokane city office and getting, and I do, by the way, want to thank the city of Spokane and the tourist board and everybody, because everybody I've spoken to there has been nothing but incredibly helpful with like finding places to film or finding prospective places that kind of match what the production's looking for. But there's still a long way to go on that. But it also it's this weird thing where I am dedicating more time to making sure that this doesn't just become a pipe dream. I am kind of trying to draw a line and be like, no, I'm manifesting. I'm putting foot to the pavement, boots to asses, trying to get. I have so many people I've contacted. Hey, would you be into this? Hey, would the schedule work for you? And so organizing and trying to wrangle all of that while also doing this channel, while also doing other stuff, it's a whole fucking thing right now. And as you can probably tell, and probably from the last couple streams, I haven't been doing a lot of makeup. I haven't been doing a lot other than just writing and resting when I can. I do have, however, on the subject of content, this week, I'm hoping to get them out this week, I have coming to the channel a new interview, because we are going to additionally have, like I mentioned at the beginning of the year, and like we've done with Louise Weird, creator of Castration Movie, like we did with Damage, the trans rapper, like we did with Mia Moore, writer, director of Again Again. We have a number of interviews with cool creatives kind of just in queer spaces, in spaces of color, just people making cool shit and doing cool shit at a time when that's really necessary. And I've been working hard to get in contact with people as they come across my feed, as I meet them in circles. And I did another interview last night with Kid Bandit, who is a professional trans wrestler. She just retired professionally, but she has been working on T4T Wrestling, which is a very fucking cool program. I'm hoping to have that interview out tomorrow. And then I am hoping to have on the subject of the Bricks and Minifig scandal, which we talked about, was that last week? Last week, or... yeah, I think it was last week when we talked about the Bricks and Minifig scandal. I am working on I've talked about it a while. Longtime fans will know I've talked about wanting to go do a deep dive on Mormonism, because I think a lot of people, especially if you don't grow up around Mormons or you don't know a lot of Mormons, a lot of people regard Mormonism as just kind of over there. Like it's, I think a lot of people in America, especially evangelicals, Mormonism has been so normalized that people don't see it as like a cult anymore. When it, and you know, you could call most religions cultish in certain respects, but Mormonism probably far more than most, because it is a religion that was literally founded by a huckster, by a con man, by somebody who leveraged open racial violence and like gangs and lynch mobs. What people are like, oh, this is crazy. How does the Mormon church have such pull with this police department about the bricks and minifigs scandal? And I've been doing a kind of like a light investigative piece, looking at just the history of the relationship between Mormonism, using police as their kind of secret stuff, secret police, so to speak. And so that's another thing y'all can look forward to this week. Additionally, and I want to just talk about some of the other projects I have going on. Because again, I'm kind of in this weird, and this is going to be my state for a while. I don't shill myself as much as I probably should as a content creator. I'm going to be working to change that. Excuse me, now I have hiccups. Because like with all of these other, if y'all follow me on socials, you know I've kind of been doubling down on the OnlyFans stuff. I have a 50% off for Pride thing right now that I had to, goddamn, I sold through that so quickly. I've never given like 40 spots and then sold them. And so I opened 50 more up. So, but I'm really trying to work every angle to the maximum effect of monetization and being able to pursue these projects that I've gotten to a point of I need to get them done. I've gotten to a point with film, with creativity, with the projects I want to pursue, that I need more capital to do the things that I am good at. Like it is becoming incredibly apparent to me it is not like, and this has been part of my like turn away from doing drama content or not wanting to just do stream clips and not just wanting to stream, is that I have higher ambitions than that. And I always really have. I have been very I think defined by my kind of ambition in my, you know, YouTube career, and also my willingness to experiment. And that has led to a lot of inconsistency that I'm trying to rectify now, as I kind of try and course correct into something that's slightly more positive, something that might have slightly more widespread appeal, but most importantly, doesn't make me just angry all the time. Anyway, let me go thank everybody really quick. Ekachu, thank you for $4.99. Maybe it's possible to display Ko-Fi donos instead of /alongside YouTube in stream. Also, hi. I think I have to look that. I think they were talking about that in the stream. That would be a really good idea. I will. That's a back end thing. Oh, hey, TTBN Gaming. You got to market for real. I know. I'm trying to. And look, you know what? Honestly, Boots Riley's been kind of a weird inspiration for that, because I'm like seeing that cat out there just shilling the fuck out of his wares, and everybody kind of going, yeah, no, we get it. I'm like, okay, so because I feel, again, it's this part of me that I don't have content brain the way a lot of other more successful content creators do. I don't have that like part of my brain that is like, ooh, yeah, I need to, always be talking about my content, always be on that grind set. Like when I throw out a video, it's usually, hey, here's my new video, and that's it. And I've come around on that thinking because mostly because of the nostalgia essay I did last year, where that was one I was so proud of. It didn't get the views I wanted out of the gate. And so I started sharing it in comment sections. In when people would when it was relevant to the conversation, of course. But I started sharing it, being like, hey, I made a video about this. And it's over time helped with the views. So yeah, unfortunately, sorry for everybody on Twitter, on Blue Sky, but I'm going to be a lot more annoying about sharing my content, about asking people to share my content. It is because I am, again, at this weird inflection point where I'm just trying a lot of different things, and I need as much help and as much engagement as possible. Really quick, Goblin Culinarian, thank you for 25 bits. Happy Pride again. I'm putting together resources to make my own content, and I'm having fun failing at video games. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. A lamb chop. I would love to do a lamb chop plushie so much. Excuse me. Do we have Dead Domain merch or website? No website. I'm probably fine without a website, honestly. But for merch, all I really have is stickers. And that's another thing. By the end of the year, I want to have a t-shirt design, and I want to have somewhere people can buy it. My issue has always been like finding a good design. But I don't actually I might reach out to Viv about that. I meant to do that a while ago. Did we ever get the Nightlight plushie Jesus? No. TTB and gaming. But if no one knows, then no one knows, right? Like if you play video games, you watch movies, you play games that are great, you've seen movies that are great with no promotion, you're like, damn, I wish more people would see that. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the yeah. Anyway, sorry. Sorry for opening the stream with a bunch of shop talk, because it's not, the most fun shit to talk through. But it has very obviously been on my mind. I have burrito fingers. I have a t-shirt design. I have a kick-ass lamb chop t-shirt design from a wonderful artist that I, for the life of me, cannot fucking remember right now. But I commissioned them like 2 years ago now. Like it's goddamn, it's been a minute. And I never ended up using, like I bought the full design. I have the rights to use it for merch. I bought it for the specific purpose of merch. I worked with them to create a really cool t-shirt design. I think it's fucking sick as hell. Let me see if I can find it really quick on my, I think it might just be on my phone, but I might have it. No, I don't have it on here. Well, hang on. Da-da. Let me see if I can just upload it to my Dropbox real quick. Or if it's somewhere in my phone and I don't, if it's not where I think it is, it will take a search, and I don't want to do that right now. So, but give me uno momento. Damn. No. Yeah, I'll have to look for it. I don't know where the hell it is. But I do have merch designs. I just gotta fucking get in there. BB Vortex Morningham, for shirts, when you have design, you can have Guten make the shirts and connect it to a Shopify store and have it kind of run itself. Not sure about ethical supply chain. Worth looking into. Guten make the shirts. Oh, fuck. And I'm saying this because I have my notepad in front of me. I'm working on and I talked about this last time, but I have a kind of cult investigation I'm working on. So I will be doing an expose at some point in the next. It's fucking hard to tell when for sure, but I will be doing an expose sometime in the next, hopefully, 2 months. Guten. And then Shopify. Okay. Noted. Holy shit. Hey, Sean AP, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in chat in a long time. Thank you for 5 tier 1 subbies to the Stanky Lemur, Lock Winston. Lock Winston lost this phone. Catashell, Fennec the Rabbit, and Erazel TV. Thank you very much. It's not a real NIFB parody. It's not the NIFB. It is it's very woo. It's very like it's like new age paganism, spirituality type stuff that is fucking exhausting to go through. I'll be honest, but also the shit that these people are doing, and they're the shit that they are using that kind of ideology to push and lie about. It'll probably be closer, not nearly as exhaustive, obviously, but closer to something like the lies of the Satanic Temple video I did. Alrighty, chap. Enough about me. Hammock, do you think Koa might show their nails sometime, like in Discord? Or I remember that Koa had some kick-ass claws when y'all were in the protests and you had a camera. Did you hear that, baby? Y'all couldn't hear that, but she said, I did. Those were just acrylics. We had just gotten our nails done at the time. But next time we get our nails done, absolutely. Goblin Culinarian, thank you for 25 bits. Idea for a cutaway joke that I'm workshopping. Open the video talking about how I'm taking a break from my extensive culinary mastery and hard cut to pictures of me with my head stuck in an oven, a microwave, and a drawer. Yay or nay? I think it to have a quick cut, and this is just my oh shit, we got to do conservative comedy stuff. I have so many fucking projects, y'all. At some point, and here's the other frustrating part, at some point I need to just bite the bullet. So that's the other thing. Koa, I am trying to get in a position to be able to help me with editing and stuff, because editing stream clips for the second channel, I have a whole backlog of videos I want to put on there. I have a whole backlog of like Let's Plays and times we've played video games that I want to put on there, but I ran into a small issue. I'm trying to get Koa's computer set up with editing software to help on that. That way I don't have to like pay an editor, because any income from that would be, brought into our communal household, which would be rad. Let me be your producer. We can talk about it for sure, because I need some brand of help, because I have been, if it's not abundantly clear by everything else I do, I feel like I'm always stretching myself too thin. Is the moving thing still? Moving will be more towards the end of the year. Christian Garcia did hear about God of War having Faye as the main character, usual suspect for losing it. Yeah. The God of War thing is so fascinating. We'll talk about that. There's going to be some malding over that. But I want to go into, because I've had a lot of people ask already about Trump being missing. I just have a shit ton of bookmarks today, because it's been a day of stuff. And most specifically, Aaron kind of sums it up here. We're going to look at Aaron's profile in a minute. President Trump has no public events on his schedule again today. That means it has now been 1 week since he has appeared publicly for anything besides a pre-taped interview. His last public event was his cabinet meeting last Wednesday, one day after his trip to Walter Reed. Now, here's the thing. This is a pattern that has emerged constantly, and we notice that Trump, like, he usually, towards the beginning of the month, he has those weird fucking bruises where he obviously has some kind of, operation or some kind of medical procedure, et cetera, et cetera. Nehemia, thank you very much for $5. When making videos, what do you do first? Recording video / audio or putting together graphics? Kind of depends on, because usually I do graphics last or before I put together the full thing. So I would record video and, I write first, but then record video and audio. And then as I'm editing, if I need something, I'll take a break and just go grab it, just go get it, or just go make it. Or if it's something like I have interstitials, like I've specifically designed, 7 to 10 second chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 dividers in a video, I will take like a couple hours and just knock those out really quick. So I don't know if I believe that, because it's going around. Here's follow me on YouTube, Mark Slapinski. Donald Trump suffered a stroke recently, or another serious medical episode. And a lot of this comes back to Ted Lieu today. Make sure it's not going to blow everybody's eardrums out.
I am on my way to go question Secretary of State Marco Rubio. I'm going to ask Secretary Rubio about Donald Trump's health and cognitive abilities. There's been multiple meetings where Donald Trump has literally fallen asleep while Marco Rubio is talking. Something is very wrong with the president's health or cognitive abilities, and we're going to get to the bottom of it.
He has been really hammering this, and that led to some just... Today, Marco Rubio was being questioned on this very thing. And this is one of the better kind of, as damning with faint praise as it is to give any credit to a Capitol Hill Dem, this is one of the better clapbacks I've seen them do in a minute. And yeah, Johnny Viral, Ted Lieu is not the kind of person to lie for fun, I will say. So if Ted Lieu is saying, or he has reason to believe, if anybody has reason to believe that something has happened and Trump is in some way compromised, I'm inclined to believe them, not only because, good vibes, I want to manifest that shit in the world, but I think more because it is something that I don't see the people surrounding Trump being honest about. I don't see Trump being honest about it.
And it's still, every day is a challenge, but it's been driven personally by the president.
If Donald Trump cannot stay awake at these important meetings where the cameras are rolling, imagine what he's like when the cameras are not there. So I'm going to ask you, have you been at classified meetings where Donald Trump has fallen asleep or had trouble staying awake?
I've never been at any meeting where, and the things you're showing me now, he was not falling asleep. And
so,
I think
so
it's
you're lying
that I'm
again.
The Foreign Affairs
you're lying
Committee of the
consistently
United States House of Representatives
to
asking
Congress
questions about sleep.
You're lying to Congress, Secretary Rubio. The president's inability to stay awake on the job has caused other countries to perceive him differently. They mock him. They see he is weak and he is feeble. Donald Trump.
That's real shit. That's real shit. Rumors are swirling on the Hill that Trump suffered a stroke this past week, and the admin is keeping it from the public. Now, I need to underline, as far as I can tell, and you're probably going to see this going around a little bit more, I need people to be cautious because this is something that's completely unverified, and if anything, posts like this from blue check accounts make me think that it's not actually that. It makes me think that people are starting to spread this shit because A, they want it to be true, or B, they want the engagement. That's what, when I see this, that's my first thought. My first thought is like, not, oh yeah, finally, like we won the lot. No. My first thought is, okay, well, he fucking is napping or something. However, you cannot fully examine anything right now without taking into account the whole context around it, and especially around Donald Trump. The constant cacophony of people, of interviews insisting that he's just, oh, he's healthy as a horse, he's never been better, even though he has to take constant cognitive checkups. They have him taking constant mental and physical examinations, which is just not something you do if you're not worried about that. And much like Ted Lieu asserts, everybody can see that he is not fucking doing hot. Going up to Aaron Rupar talked about, so there is this other video coming out today. Here we go. Podcast appearance with Miranda Devine and which I believe, again, it's hard to find sources on this. I believe the interview from the White House that was shown today was pre-recorded as well. That's the other thing that people are kind of hammering on, is like, why would they send out a pre-recorded interview? Here we go.
Never smiles. I never see a smile off her face. I see.
And when you listen to him, goddamn, it is hard. It is hard to not see, like, oh yeah, no, he's kind of cooked. Dan Zahat, Baptist people just knocked on my door. What kind of Baptist? Because hey, look, I'm sure there are other Baptists who do it, but there's the NIFB is the only Baptist I know that go door to door. It would be, here's the thing. People don't El Salve. After subbing to DD's OnlyFans, I now realize that Dead Domain is both muscular and thick. Yes, I wish I was more muscular than thick, but unfortunately I like eating too much. What was I saying? Yeah, people don't know. Somebody asking DD's muscular? What? Y'all don't know ball? What the fuck? I look, again, I don't want to manifest. I don't want to be like, ooh, this is, this is for sure what's happening. Or I do want to manifest. I can't say ever when something is for sure happening, but like, man, wouldn't it be fucking funny after, because there was one of the other stories coming out today was, Trump talking, shooting the breeze about maybe we'll never take it down. Trump compares White House UFC arena to Eiffel Tower, says it could be permanent. Floating the possibility of keeping the UFC arena on the White House South Lawn. In a video posted to his official TikTok account Tuesday evening, again, not a non-pre filmed appearance, Trump sat in the Oval Office and said the Eiffel Tower in Paris was supposed to be a temporary structure, but France kept it up, suggesting the UFC arena is, quote, quite attractive to a lot of people. Just the fucking, like, it. I'm sorry. That's fucking funny. This tacky, dumbass piece of shit, this cheap, inflatable carnival ride of a quote-unquote arena. And I genuinely cannot imagine something fucking funnier than Trump kicking the bucket before his big birthday bash, which is the entire reason they're building this, by the way. But it's not the fucking 250th anniversary of anything. Oh man. But anyway, for the doubters, for the haters, this was a cosplay pic I took last year of when I was probably, well, no, because when I did Cloud, I was in better shape when I did my Cloud photo shoot. But yeah. Anyway, for people wondering about the thick muscular ratio, Whoa, wow, whoa, whoa, wee, wow. Magar, thank you very much for $5. May the ritual succeed this Pride Month, inshallah. Goblin Culinarian, listen, Rome had half-naked ruffians punching each other head for the amusement of the bourgeois, so why not America? Many people are saying this. More and more people are saying this. Have people never seen? Well, now I got to pull up my. Sorry, now I gotta browse. Now I gotta peruse real quick. As I know I've posted some cloud pics relatively recently. There we go. Yeah, cloud was when I was the most I was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of jacked for cloud. Move that out of the way over here. And like the definition I got, my arms were pretty juicy at that point. Whoop, not that one. Don't show that one. Whoops. It's not all right. Anyway, enough about me. El Salve, thank you for $50. I heard you need more money to fund your film project. I got an idea. Why not start selling some DT Gamer bathwater? I would fund your empire. It would fund your empire, I'm sure. Some guys would buy like 50 of those. That's not my style. That's not my bag. Like when I talk about how I'm not like content brain like that, that's a really good example. It's like I'm just like that. That's just not my thing. But anyway, enough about me. Moving on. Like I said, all my OnlyFans are 50% off right now. When you listen to Trump, and Aaron has done a good job of keeping tabs on a number of things, including the Rubio
Mr.
questioning
Secretary,
today.
Who won the 2020 presidential election?
I'm not here to answer a question. We're talking about 2020. This is a Foreign Affairs Committee.
Okay, great. You can't answer the question, even though we all know that President Biden won.
I don't answer the question because the Secretary of State, I do not participate in domestic political issues.
This is not about domestic political issues.
This
is about our democracy.
You're asking me to opine, just like I don't do campaign rallies.
It seems like
I don't do because as Secretary of State, we're not supposed to. That's been the long tradition of the department, and you should know that if you've been on this committee for any period of time.
Mr. Secretary, it seems like you have an issue admitting facts. You can't say that the president lost the 2020 election, just like you won't admit President Trump is losing this reckless war of choice.
Queer Devil 666 gotta start selling these feet pics. Hey, look, OnlyFans. Who knows what's on my OnlyFans? I have like 700 something. I think like I have a couple hundred pictures on there.
And just like you couldn't admit that the shoes the president bought you were too big, you clearly don't know what winning means. And not because the facts are unclear to you, it's because telling the truth would cost you your job. And the American people are entitled to a Secretary of State who tells them the truth even when the president doesn't want to hear it. And my constituents, our service members, deserve better. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Damn. Nehemia, thank you very much for $5. Rebranding for Pride Month. Fagel is kind of a more intense word for queer in Yiddish, which I am. Nehemia the redacted because of YouTube. Thank you very much, Johnny Viral. That's pretty good. I like her. All right, here we go.
As far as I'm concerned, it was a beautiful thing. It was something
Trump addresses $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. So this was the fund we talked about where essentially they are setting aside billions of dollars to pay themselves so that they can sue the government over how it's been weaponized against lawfare and all that bullshit.
I didn't make it, but I heard that. I thought that was the greatest thing because people like you have abused our people so badly. The fake news like CNN.
News. What he is talking about, the news abusing people is just... Look, y'all have been going through Trump as long as I have. It's just lies. It's just... Like, they're just the ones telling the truth, revealing shit. And here's the really fucking annoying part is that even with them getting so far under Trump's skin, at the end of the day, they are still aiding and abetting this infrastructure, all of the worst impulses of the oligarchy, of the capitalist system. They are still aiding and abetting uncritically in advancing anti-POC, anti-trans, anti-queer narratives, reporting on people like Peter Thiel and Elon Musk, often uncritically, or certainly not with the criticism they deserve and require. And so they are still the people who helped Trump get in office, is the thing that fucking frustrates the shit out of me.
Like the New York Times and like others have abused our people. Wait a minute, be quiet. Have abused our people so badly, and you should be ashamed of yourself. You used to be a conservative. She was a conservative from Alabama, can you believe it? But CNN, in particular, CNN, does such false reporting. But now they have new ownership, so maybe it'll straighten it out. I doubt it, but it's hard to straighten garbage out. But CNN has abused, and others have abused so badly. People, these are people that...
They have new ownership, but it's hard, like... What do you mean it's hard to straighten garbage out? What they're talking about is they are trying to enact literal policies to make these private companies, change the way shit's being reported. This is what we saw with CBS and Barry Weiss. Trump, who's currently doing a proof of life appearance in the Oval after a week of not being seen in public, sounds extremely tired and haggard. He ain't fucking kidding. Listen to this shit.
Coming in, and we're going to crack down on counterfeits. This is good for America. This is good for the people that elected you. It's good for the country.
And we have fentanyl coming in 59% less. Cut it by a number that nobody thought was even possible. We're going to get it a lot lower than that, but we have it
coming in.
God damn, he sounds fucking rough. Are we supposed to pretend he looks fine?
Sabotage any potential deal. And then the second one is you have a birthday coming up. I won't say which number, but it's a big birthday. So you're going to blow out a candle. You're going to blow out some candles on a cake, hopefully. What are your wishes that you'd like to see accomplished for the next year for the United States and your presidency?
Well, I'll go in your order. Anything can happen, when you're dealing with Iran, but when you're dealing with other countries. But that's a very volatile part of the world, probably the most volatile part of the world. The people are volatile.
He sounds like he's got marbles in his mouth. What the fuck? All in all, it's good. Thank you for tier 1 for 3 months in a row. Hey, happy Pride. Goblin Culinarian, thank you for 25 bits. Bullying a gay man with thirst traps during Pride Month or less? How dare you, Vesper? How actually dare you? Parenthetical, don't stop.
Leadership, you see what's going on? We've gone through 3 teams of leadership. It's been we're military. There's never been a military like what we have. We could go another 2-3 weeks and just...
It's at this point where every other sentence is either some kind of contradiction or doesn't directly follow. So he will say something like, we've had 3 changes in leadership. Wait, no. He's talking about Iran. I was like, the way it was phrased, I thought he was talking about American leadership.
Never been a military like what we have. We could go another 2-3 weeks and just wipe everybody out. I'd rather not do that. Very easy to do. They're ready to do it. They want to do it. But if we can get something down in writing which will accomplish the same thing without killing everybody, I'd like to do that. Most of my people, I think, would like to do that. Some people wouldn't, but most of them would.
Some people wouldn't. Most of my people would like to do that. Some people wouldn't. I'm sorry. Is that who's the person who wouldn't? Does it start with BB and end with Yahoo? I'm just throwing out guesses there. I'm just asking questions, okay? All right, let's see. What else is happening today? Goddamn. Okay, so Anarchy Princess, along with friend of the show, Amanda Moore, has keeping tabs on the arrest of Nazi fuck enemy of the channel, Jake Lang. Jake Lang, a far-right political activist who gained national prominence after participating in January 6th, was arrested by Frisco PD. Originally facing 11 federal charges for assaulting law enforcement with a bat, he was given a presidential pardon. And he's just been a fucking thorn in everybody's ass since then.
With Frisco or anybody about being trespassed from anywhere.
See that arrow?
Hey, we're tired of this.
Yep.
Frisco has been changed. Y'all
line.
are doing your jobs right.
Thank you.
I love cops, but you guys, this is pathetic.
Destroy my First Amendment right to lead this rally today.
Look at that. Love y'all, man.
My First Amendment right to lead. He's so fucking short too. How he cannot be taller than I'm gonna say 5'6". 5'7". Get the come on, man. Come on, man. 5'9". I don't believe that shit. 5'9". I don't fucking believe. 5'7". I'll believe. These aren't all the same, Jake Lang. Political activist and online influencer booked into Ramsey County Jail. 5'7". Okay, so it was part of his fucking booking. 5'7". Okay, wait. Then where did the 5'9" come from? Now I gotta. Is he going around telling people he's 5'9"? 2026. Or is this just all scraped from AI? This could be. Debate. Yeah. Blah blah blah. 5'9". His height is less noted than his public actions. No shit. Yet it provides context. Yeah, this is just AI. It provides context when observing his appearances at rallies and protests because it's just saying fucking nothing. I wouldn't be surprised if that was based on something he had said, though, if it had scraped some comment he had made in the past. Meredith Navin, thank you for $5. Hey, terrible joke, Diddy. What sort of doctor is always on call? An oncologist. Ha! Goblin Culinarian, thank you for 25 bits. It's a beautiful package. The shorty shorts, the off-brand Oasis running shoes, the tan polo from Walmart, the haircut that makes someone stuck, looks like someone stuck a cereal bowl on his head and buzzed the perimeter. Jake Lang is peak form, and I'm here for every delicious moment of it. It's the picture from Amanda, the picture Amanda got, because I know Jake just fucking hates her ass. The picture here of his just doughy, unprotected carapace is pretty good. It's pretty good. But yeah, let me go back up to the other Jake. Oh, here it was. Jake Lang still in Texas jail. This is today. Apparently needs $7,500 to bond out. He's not allowed near the courthouse, so he won't be able to attend the Carmelo Anthony trial. He claims to be using toilet paper as a pillow. The max security is probably a special housing unit because Jake throws temper tantrums like a child. Oh, he thought he looked fucking hard there, too. He thought, you could tell he's trying to do like the smolder, but like this is, okay, here's the problem with this Fash like Hitler haircut is that it doesn't give you can do a lot to kind of give the illusion of shape with your head, to kind of fill out your head in certain ways with a nice haircut. The problem with this is that if your head is shaped like a potato, you're just going to look like a potato. If your head is shaped like a mutated, malformed potato, or like Jake Lang's head, it's just going to look like this. Trying to do Hunter eyes, yeah. Oh yeah, he's for sure. He looks like he's almost trying to mean mug like Trump did. Weight 200. Jake Lang, January 6th, political prisoner. How the fuck? The grift goes crazy. The grift goes fucking crazy. Nehemia, thank you for another 5. We love short kings, but this is a short douche with a back for Christ. El Salvi, thank you for $10. Since rightoid gamers hate DEI, does that mean they will adopt social? No. Since capitalism is responsible for promoting diversity and women in games. I mean, because it's capitalism is only responsible for promoting that stuff because it gets them money from progressive causes. Companies like Target and other brands, especially even this year, because there has been a concentrated lack of Pride merchandising and stuff. Capitalism is not the friend of progressive politics. Capitalism is not the friend of minority groups. Capitalism will use minority groups to get more capital. Like it will exploit even the idea of being progressive to get people invested in this system, because even that allows people a kind of obfuscation in their own head of being like, well, how can this be a bad thing? How can capitalism be a bad system when I'm supporting Black Lives Matter by buying this t-shirt, when I'm supporting local gay businesses by doing this, when I'm supporting transgender this, that, or the other by buying this? And it's like, well, because what of that is actually tangibly going to help the problems that those groups are facing, have historically faced. It's not even a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, really. Versus, I see you. Why aren't my comments showing up on screen? I see them now. Persephone Pachuria, thank you for tier 1 for 31. God, I can't believe I've been doing this for 31 months. He looks like a malformed clone of Netflix's Punisher actor. Oh, where were we? Where were we? Let me tell you something. Matty boy. You think you know what it's like out here? Man, John Bernthal loves to tell people something. Fucking somebody who doesn't want to hear something hates to see John Bernthal coming. There's a motherfucker. John Bernthal will walk up. Poorly cloned John Bernthal. Yeah. No, I kind of see it. You put like the big bushy beard on there. I get it. Always thought of him as the guy that banged Rick Grimes' wife. Let me tell you something, Rick. Eiffel Tower, right? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, right. Here was the other fucking thing I wanted to show off. Look. We also need to talk about the Ivanka private island in fucking Albania. Look, there are little things we see everywhere that should be the most... If America wasn't the most cucked nation on the planet when it comes to oligarchy and capital, these are the things that would have people actually bringing out guillotines. It's shit like this. It's shit like Peter Thiel moving to Argentina. And it's shit like what we're going to see with Ivanka and Jared Kushner's private island that definitely won't be used for anything illegal. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to go fill my water.
Getting a first glimpse, but that's your size compared. So those are among the tallest buildings in the world, including the Empire State Building, World Trade Center, Sears Tower, Chicago.
Juno deer heard size comparison and perked up like a dog.
So if you lay it on its side, you take 2 or 3 of them to fill it in, because the width.
Dustin the Damn, thank you for tier 1 for 26 months in a row, 32 total. Hell yeah. I was about see what did I tell you, Juno? What did I tell you? I was about to write something. Fuck you. I'm. Look, I've got the gift.
It's very almost 200 feet wide. They just had this done.
Now, if you're asking yourself, hey, what?
That's your size compared. So those are compared to.
Hey, what? Hey, why? Our pool is bigger than skyscrapers. So this is the Lincoln Mall reflecting pool, which is not something Trump made. He has undergone a project to try and make it blue colored. The pool, no, this is the Lincoln Mall reflecting pool. Like the Lincoln Memorial, it's a massive pool. If you've never been to DC, read your 500 from the start of the stream. Yeah, let me see if I got it. Yes. Good news. Oh, holy shit. How the fuck did I miss that? Spear Griefer, thank you so much for 500 bits. Good news. My brain tumor is halved in size since it was diagnosed. Surgery is now viable. Congratulations. Holy shit. That's fucking amazing. That's cool as shit. Everybody in chat, let's fucking give it up for Spear Griefer. That's amazing news. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I didn't see that. El Salve, thank you for $5. Same could be said about conservatives being hypocrites for opposing mass immigration, yet will support capitalism despite being a major contributor. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's a better analog because that is a way of capital, again, reinforcing itself by, media, by politicians pointing out this outgroup that is, oh, they're the ones stealing your jobs, when really it's the fact that they want to pay people less. Like, they aren't going to pay you more just because you're white. They just want people who will accept less pay. That's fucking incredible, though, Spirit Griefer. Congrats. Yeah, it's shit like this that is still the most apparent evidence of his cognitive decline. The fact that he's just fucking constantly out to lunch. Like, why did we make this infographic to show to press for something that A, they did not build, was already there, been there for a real fucking long time, B, is not a skyscraper, it's not a building. For those who don't know the current reflecting pool, they're trying to paint it. Here we go. Historians criticize Trump's reflecting pool makeover as group sues. Quote, it's not supposed to look like you're going to dive in. So for whatever fucking dumb fuck reason, the reflecting pool, which was meant to be a mirror image. It's, if you've never actually seen it in person, it's fucking gorgeous. It really is. It perfectly during the day and I was fortunate enough to see it at sunset, and I got some crazy pictures in DC. And whoa. Have you seen the Operation Epic Fury game? Epic Furious. Woof. Satirical 8-bit style arcade game created by protest art group Secret Handshake. Okay. No, I haven't heard about this, but let's check it out. Workers with boots dyed an American flag blue have painted over 2/3 of the iconic Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool, covering the dull gray with bright azure following a directive by Trump to expedite the pace of the project. Trump is charging forward with overhauling the reflecting pool. Controversy and derision have intensified, bringing a lawsuit that threatens to stop the project mid-paint job, potentially leaving the 2,800-foot pool on 2,800-foot pool, only partially painted in the blue color he chose. The court fight is coming in the week ahead when a judge will decide, blah, 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 blah. Trump has disparaged the state of the reflecting pool, saying it's feces infested and in disrepair. He has zeroed in on the color, which he claims no one likes. He contends that previous admins failed to repair leaks and other problems. What do you mean leaks? It's a giant fucking puddle in the ground. Astro Calico, thank you for rating with a party of 13. Simone. Thank you for following. Hey, babe. Can you give me a good hee-hee? Please? Meh. Yeah, see, this is why it's supposed to look like this. You know, say what you will about the jingoism of national monuments. It was always intended to be a kind of public's work project to accompany the natural beauty. Well, natural beauty. They're man-made monuments, but the beauty of the landscape. It was made as a complement to these things. Excuse me. So you have images like this, which, by the way, if you've never seen it, it is fucking stunning. Like it's a gorgeous space. I think I still have it on my Insta. Let me go check. Because I took some pictures when I arrived in DC for when I went undercover to CPAC a couple years ago now. Yeah, here we go. Like, here was one picture I took there. Like, and this was like first night I was there. There we go. Like, it really is a fucking perfect area to take pictures and stuff on. It's what, if you've never been there, completely separate from my feelings, this is like a fucking phone picture of the Washington Monument. And yeah, it's just critics. Trump is painting over history. For historians, the new blue paint is more than just a bold choice. Many view the move as Trump painting over history. They note the story of the national landmark was the site of blah, blah, blah. It is intended to reflect the great geometry of the classical temple that is Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument. It wasn't intended as a place that looks like jolly like your local golf course. The intention is to create both beauty and also symbolically link the father of the country with the preserver of the country. Feldman, of course, is referring to George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Trump has also been intentional about his color choice. A vibrant shade of dark blue he calls American flag blue. It's much more beautiful than it was. It's much more beautiful than it was new because it never had the color people wanted, but now it's going to have the great color. As he drove in his presidential motorcade across the drained pool to survey the... Like, that's the kind of shit. Is, what the fuck do you mean you are tanking the global economy with a stupid war that you're running for Bibi Netanyahu, and you're spending your fucking time in a golf cart surveying your repainting of public work projects? Happy Zephyr, what would I do if Trump decides to paint the Washington Monument gold? Like, nothing. Probably just, like, still just be like, yeah, whatever. And that's really kind of how I feel about all this stuff, is that it is darkly fitting that Trump, the kind of ultimate portent of America's fixation with fame, exploitation, just rampant depravity, philandering, profiteering, cheating, all that shit. Trump, all of these, the worst aspects of the American psyche, like they fucking manifested out of the ether, like a Silent Hill creature, are found in Donald Trump. And I think it is in a way fitting that he is then reenacting that vision, a more perverse, chintzy, tacky, Walmartified idea of what America is, what it aesthetically should look like, that he is really punishing these kind of historical artifacts in a very real way. Like it sucks, but at the same time it's fitting. And I'm not going to really fucking defend like the sanctity of the White House and all this other shit. It's just at this point it is fitting. I have a hard time saying like, yeah, we don't deserve this. Nehemiah, thank you very much for another 10. Trump the kind of guy to say I've done more for this country than the George Washington. Oh, I think he might have actually said that. I think he might have actually said something to that effect. Today, I am announcing we'll be renaming the capital to Trump, DC. Many people have been asking for this. He said that for Lincoln. Yeah, he did say that for Lincoln. The Interior Department told CNN that the color choice will, quote, enhance the visitor experience and improve reflection over the existing gray concrete. Meanwhile, so the Trump admin said that, no, this is going to look totally better, fucking trust me, guys. And then, as usually happens, somebody who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about chimed in and was like, nah, actually, it's going to look fucking dumb. Charles Birnbaum, president of the Cultural Landscape Foundation, the nonprofit that's challenging the project in court, couldn't disagree more and insists visitors would miss out on seeing themselves in the water, quote, as part of the commemorative landscape. Quote, without immediate judicial intervention, defendants will deface an iconic American landmark, blah, 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 blah. The growing cost, contract, and quality of the work are also under scrutiny, if you can believe such a thing from what Trump is doing. Trump said first the innovation would cost $1.8 million. Federal records show the price tag is now at $13.1 million. Interior Department attributed the sevenfold increase to speeding up the project. Officials say the quicker timeline meant more workers working longer hours. They also say the National Park Service did consider other proposals to fix the leaking, one of the needed repairs, but those were short-term fixes they claim would have ended up costing more in the long term. Project aims to improve water quality as well to clear out duck droppings and algae. They are installing an ozone nanobubbler filtration system and will have a dedicated crew who will maintain the grounds. Like they don't already. Oh, shocking. Atlantic Industrial Coatings, company based in Virginia, was awarded a no-bid contract, which means that they were just given the contract out of pocket. The project drew tough questions. My understanding is a no-bid contract reserved for situations where delay would cause serious injury. What's the injury with the reflecting pool? Trump has done little to clarify the process. At first, he touted the contractor as one that worked on swimming pools for him in the past. Blah, blah, blah. Last week, he said the contract, quote, went to a contractor I did not know and have never used before. What the fuck was that? It was... Shocker. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is another situation that we learn about in a year or two. Like, oh, actually, they were pocketing a shit ton of money because... Which is the same thing that keeps coming out about the White House ballroom, is that like, oh, actually, it turns out that all these contracts and all these construction companies have like ties to Trump's businesses and his sons and all this other stuff. And it's like, yeah, of course, dude. Like, I feel like we should all literally just assume it at this point that that's what's happening. Goblin Culinarian, thank you for 25 bits. A lot to be said about Nazis and their obsession with antiquity and classical artistry, considering how anti-art and anti-thought they are. This prelapsarian view of history that runs aground of reality mixed with the vibe of a mentally ill man drinking vodka out of an antifreeze bottle to be sneaky in front of the cops. And yes, thank you, Misanthropic, for bringing up the Cyrex Belton case. We will talk about that in a moment. Let's have something slightly lighter before we go into the Ivanka shit, too. Oh, this is just right into the game. Straight to hell. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, I was unfamiliar with your game. Literally unfamiliar with your game. Scroll down. There we go. This was put in an arcade machine outside the White House. That's pretty cool. Whoa. All right. Sorry, let me roll that down real quick. Ugh. Oh, we're just in it. Do we got Wazdo? another one of your executive orders was delayed by Congress. Order a Diet Coke, invader on. Well, of course we're gonna... Can I just keep doing that? How much can I do that? Can I just... What just happened? It's not going to keep going, is it? Yeah, I already got the thing. Still a bit too loud. All right, let me roll that down real quick. Yeah, this is no, you gotta they actually before the first cutscene you gotta do the Coke ending. That's how they're doing it. All right, let's go invade Iran. They did really get his soulless black eyes down. Like they got his unsettling visage very nicely in pixel art. My delts are gone. Let's liberate some oil. Unfortunately, I think the chiptune kind of whips. I'm not even gonna front. Like this is like pretty. This would be pretty good for like a Pokemon ROM hack. All right, here we go. So no WASDA. We got arrows. Can I? No, that's just this is just RPG Maker. No. Can I explore the White House at least? Who do we got? Is this Marco? Nope, that's Vance. It looks like they didn't. I hope they didn't use AI for this. Because this looks actually pretty, like, the pixel art doesn't look terrible. Oh, they got the fucking eyeliner. That's No, this is very much satirical. This is very much satirical. The eyeliner is crazy. The eyeliner is crazy work. Is this game legit? No, this is just like a browser game that somebody made. Oh. Mr. President, thank you for delivering the safest country on God's green earth. Do you like my cool new jacket? It's See, here's the thing. You can compare the difference in the intent, right? Of something like the Andy Pants, the dog shit game that we watched from Andy Pants. Because that wasn't able to withhold its disdain for the people it was criticizing. It just turned them into caricatures. Where this is parody, but it is actually picking at things that are based in some kind of reality, even if it is satirizing them. Patel with the wake up ops. Chad versus the gay Nazis. Yeah, that was the fucking game. That pile of shit. I do kind of wish though it had like, I don't know, like a corpse party like ability to read things, and like I want more standalone bits and gags in a game like this. Can I not? I was never on the Epstein jet. Did you burn the files on it? Can we hold hands? Okay. Game over, man. Game over. All right, let's invade Iran. What caused that? I missed it. I asked Melania if I could hold her hand. And it just fucking came over. Did you burn the files yet? I'm working on it. What are you waiting for? I put them in your office next to the fireplace. Would you like to burn an Epstein file? Oh. Does it actually go down by one? It goes down by one each time. Is there a files ending? No, I'm not. I can't. Look. I can't. Nope. That's like 3 billion or something. I'm not. Who's this? Who's this supposed to be? Who's this weird walrus eraser hit? Oh, this is probably RFK. Yep. I was like, he's shirtless. He looks like a freak. I am warp operating this empty Kennedy vessel. Are we cutting through the red tape? I cut off a raccoon penis for my collection. Good stuff. Good stuff. Tea with Goblins, thank you for $5. In this game, instead of Squirtle, you choose Mitch McConnell as your starter Pokemon. Goblin Culinarian, thank you for 25 bits. Not pictured Melania ripping Trump's skull off his shoulders like Sub-Zero performing his fatality. Theo Vaughn, let's roll, bro. I'm the press now. All of it. My son says you're very good, very insightful. Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. What do we got here? Oh, that's the Epstein. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Is this Mark? Oh. The choice to make Marco Rubio a tiny little imp that doesn't even fit in the character conversation box is kind of an inspired choice. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Ooh. Is it possible to link this game in the chat? Yeah, it's just epicfurious.com. Right here, I just posted it in the chat. How about lube? Genius, sir. People love stealing lube from Diddy. Ready to rock Iran back to the Stone Ages? Sure. Yep, there we go. The fake news Atlantic. America, the college years is great. Trumplandia. Mr. President, your masculinity is overwhelmed. Capture all of the loop in Iran and ship it home through the always open Strait of Hormuz. Thanks, JD. And I filled out a few more of those cognitive tests for you. Tee-hee. Oh, it can go inside the base. That's great. All right. Big Mac found. Political power, magic power restored. How much work went into this? Are there any Haram podcasts I should guest on before we blow all this up? Oh, yeah. No, they got the whole squad here. We got RFK. Sir, I have a bad case of ED, epic destruction. Also the other one. DEFCON 2, sir. The keg is super foamy. We lost both of the beer pong balls. Who's the orangest of them all is great. That's a pretty good bit. That's a pretty good bit. Alright, let's go. Some idiot blew up the bridge. Alright, what do we got going on here? Couch Depot. Is Vance gonna be here? Big Mac found. Political power restored. Wait, what is this place? It's not what you think, but unrelated. I seem to have lost my couch stain remover. Can you help me find it? That's pretty good. That's a pretty good bit. Planet Falafel. Bad news, sir. We can't defeat these guys in battle. There's only one way to defeat these swole barbarians. Take off your shirt and let's do some push-ups. Oh yes, my testosterone is peaking. Can I read that? I want to read that so bad. Do I read this like Ivan Drago? Puny president. I'll never give up my lube. Challenge to push-up contest. Oh, you think you can out-push-up me? Oh, enter. He's weakened. Finish him off. Oh, Lux Maxer terrorists emerged. Christ, man. This is... What's taco? Oh, taco. Magic. Bone spur. Now level 6 Mara laser added to abilities. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Alright, we got one lube acquired. Can I... Is there anything... No. Can I... Is this not like couch stain remover? Alright. One lube acquired. Call in the drone strike. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is this dungeon? Oh, this is like a quote-unquote terrorist hideout. Terrorist emerged. Civilian terrorist emerged. I also, very funny, Donald Trump is now level 7. Alternative facts added to abilities. Very funny that they have his 3 like health bars being, or his mana bar and shit being like red, white, and blue, respectively. Alright, let's go in here. Damn, I thought I could get away. Angry terrorist emerged. They made like different sprites and shit for all these guys. Angry terrorist raises gas prices. All right, taco. Trump has started a victorious escape is fucking great. Fucking hilarious. All right. Oh, hi, Donald. I'm just here watching over the bones of my sworn enemies, international aid workers. Can I bomb this place with Elon still in it, please? Can I do that? Is that a thing I can do? Time to go. Calling the drone strike. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Elon. All right, let's go. This whole dude is pissed because someone drank all the Sacramento wine or whatever. I turned water into wine. I've done it many times. People are amazed. Sir, does that make you a doctor? That's a dumb bit, but look. Sometimes the classics are the best. I like how they're just using like a bunch of the... I'm assuming these are generic fucking assets from RPG Maker. No, it straight up is. Is that the Pope? Oh, yeah, it is. Fuck yeah. Weak on crime Pope. Let's fight the Pope. Actually, when you think about it, this is kind of just like Assassin's Creed 2. If you want to be real. We're called... let me put on... well, is the Pope... No, the Pope is American, right? I was gonna do like a Italiano. Born in Chicago, yeah. So he's a Chicago Pope. We are called to heal, not destroy. Okay, buddy? Hey, buddy. Hey, pal. Okay? The Lord says forgive and be blessed, okay? Better than a Boston Pope, which would just probably sound like fucking, Marky Mark. By the way, the pit, very dingy. I'd make it beautiful, beautiful bits. Week on Crime Pope emerged. Araba001, stop. You're gonna make me hungry. I know I keep breaking about it, but I've been cooking these ribs since 2. They're so tenderly falling off the bone. I'm very happy for your victory. Juno, dear, any girls in chat with beautiful pits asking for a friend? Shaking my head. Shaking my head so everybody knows I disagree. Week on Crime Pope emerged. All right, let's see if we can... what magic do we got? Let's heal myself first. The Pope uses Catholic guilt. All right, yep, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Week on Crime Pope took no damage. Oh shit. Is this actually going to be like a proper fight? Took no damage. What the fuck? Okay, can we have a special Jesus powered tomahawk Mara laser. Let's do the Mara laser. Took no damage. What the fuck do I gotta do? All right, what about special Jesus powered tomahawk weak on crime Pope? This Pope must be taking ivermectin because he is invincible. I should come back when I'm stronger than God. All right, yeah, we're busting out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Can I not? What? I have to. I know because he's standing in the way of my. He's standing in the way of my shit. All right, you've got words from me, Pete. Having trouble with the Pope? Yes, I like his brother, the MAGA one. This Pope is so weak, I can't even defeat him. Let's say a prayer. Maybe that will work. Great idea. I know one from Pulp Fiction. Clever. Dear Lord, say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say one more goddamn time. Trump acquired a new magic spell, 2 Corinthians. Just quit already. Oh, no. My son, even though you make many prayers, I will not listen. Your hands are full of blood. Very normal hands. Maybe better than normal. Bigger, less bruised, doctors have said. Wow. All right, let's go 2 Corinthians, the path of the righteous man. Damn, that was all it took. Now level 8, the power, oh Christ, the power grab attitude. But look, thus far, this has been like, it's been pretty funny as a bit. Grabbing by the pussy jokes in the big 2-6 is like, I feel like we can do better. We can do more. We can be stronger. Another consequence-free political masterstroke. Let's get home. This place is worse than a sand trap at Augusta. Follow me onto one of our big, beautiful boats. Can I go in here and see what's up? Or is there anything else happening? Oh yeah, Robbie's here. Hey, you're pretty good at finding those barrels. Could you find something for me? I need the measles. I dropped the vial somewhere. Find it before it gets in the wrong hands and becomes contained. Can you help? All right, come back and talk to me when you have the measles. What is this? Oh, this is the carpet cleaner. There we go. All right, so now we can go. Ooh, we're side quested now. We're side questing. Who the fuck? Oh, that's Theo Vaughn. Fingers crossed Ron Howard makes a movie out of this part of my life too, teehee. You return JD's couch stain remover. Yep, there we go. Thank you for $2. Can you summon Arnold Palmer as an Esper? Only against the spirit's will. Only by enslaving it. Found RFK's measles. That's pretty good. All right, what's this place? Mr. President, I fired all the Iranian intelligence officials like you said and replaced them with Grok. It turns out this faculty is a secretive criminal headquarters of operational losers. That's right, a school. My school, my son Eric was defeated by one of those very nasty. All right, who's this? Oh, this. Like, again, that's good ball knowledge to put Matt Gaetz at a school. Like, because of course. Oh, no. They have them kill an Iranian school. Like, look, that's part of the satire is representing the reality of this horrible shit that they've actually done. Because, yeah, people like Trump and Hegseth, especially Hegseth, do see shit like this as a fucking video game. It just sucks that it has their profiteering, their just blatant disregard for human life has the effect of killing real innocent people. Clown Royal, they would also personally punch little girls if allowed. They probably have. Oh, there's the skull. Oh, Jesus, that's dark. All right, I gotta, let me do my magic. Now level 10 Manosphere added to abilities. Ooh, what's that? I want that trophy. Shiny, shiny. Christ. Big Mac found. Political power restored. Let's go. The Taco Bell ceasefire award. Let's go. This is like the... no, this isn't like the Columbine Doom wad, I wouldn't say. I think that's a lot more... Like, there is an underpinning of critique and satire to this that the Columbine Doom wad does not have. Oh, they're just letting me sail like fucking Lapras. This isn't the 80s. What are you doing on the left? When does Gavin Newsom show up? I would be surprised if Gavin Newsom wasn't like the final boss. Ouch! Hot! Can I not? Oh shit, the straight is closed. Probably the radical left trying to turn it by. We need a new operation, something that gets right into that tight little passageway. How about total annihilation and indiscriminate neutralizing tactics? Operation Tate. Tremendous name. Let's scare the hell out of them. Prepare an all-caps assault. Insufficient truth social post balance. Oh, let me actually, by the way. There are a couple different things I wanted to fucking talk about with that shit. Oh no. There we go. I have the most posts. Everyone says so. Yeah, not here, bro. You need to track down more truth posts, then hit me up at the bar. I'll be consulting my generals Jim and Jack and Captain Morgan. All right, let's go. My greatest nemesis, stairs. Handsome Mom Donnie, I came here to redistribute your wealth and chew bubblegum. And I already redistributed all my bubblegum. See, that's a fun fucking joke. That's the kind of shit that just straight up couldn't be made with the brain of somebody like Andy Pants. Because Andy Pants having somebody he agreed with wouldn't be poking fun in any way. It would just be like, yeah, we're super cool. We're gonna kill all the gays because we're so fucking cool. Handsome Mom Donnie emerged. Let's go attack. Cast Charm Dictator. Donald Trump is charmed. Cute. Is this like a politics parody of Pokemon? Like, there's a little bit of Pokemon. I think it's just more like this style of RPGs and stuff. There's one Truth Social post. Who's that? Who are we talking to? See, again, this is a level of creativity that you wouldn't see. DE Ayatollah? Like, what was the fucking the Hassan Piker thing? DE Ayatollah is fucking crazy. DE Ayatollah goes fucking nuts, man. It'd be joint time chat. I didn't think there would be this much. I mean, like, there's not a lot to the game. It's very straightforward, but as a parody, the joke per minute ratio, way fucking higher. Donald Trump grabs the DE Ayatollah. Level 13, you're fired launcher added to abilities. All right, we got another Truth Social post, and then here's the third one. And a Big Mac. Let's go. Okay, except he's searching for me. All right, no, because I gotta see who it is. Low flow shower head emerged. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Cass's bad hair day. Where's the health bar for this fucko? Oh no. Okay, no, I'm out of here. Yeah, okay, we got 3 Truth Social posts, so now we gotta go. You have the TP, head back to the base and talk with Hegseth. What the? Somebody's fucking dragging me into the Velvet Room? What the fuck was that? Oh, that was the okay. That was the, bombing. There we go. Pete, fell, yeah. He said you know where to launch the TP. Do you know what to do with the TP? No. Just remember, I'll always be your number 2. Okay. Yeah, so I gotcha. Thanks to your foresight, this war is way ahead of schedule. Launch the TP and finish it off? Yes. That's fucking Jeffrey Epstein next to the shitter. Oh. Oh, Altered Rin, howdy, it's Possum from Seattle. Hey, how you been doing? No more Mr. Nice Guy. I saw you posting, Possum, I saw you posting about having a date. Is that still ongoing or did it go good? If we can get this lube back in time for the UFC fight, great work, star. Altergren, I've been good, no luck with job search, but I got some tattoos. Hell yeah, which will be a little bit of my congrats. That's fucking awesome. God, I've missed. I want to get a tattoo, but I have not had the money. And especially like right now, I'm at a point where I'm still selling a shit ton of stuff. Like I really am in a place where I'm like, I'm trying to find a way to sell a lot of my stuff in like bulk to people who just buy a lot of specific things, whether that's books or DVDs or whatever. Because I just have a lot of shit that I keep around that I don't need. I've had for years. I've taken off shelves. And if I can sell it to help fund the movies or the movie projects I'm doing, that would be awesome. Nothing a little toilet cocaine and deer semen can't cure, sir. Good. But I have something way bigger planned. Scarlet Fever Summer. The TikTok kids are gonna love it. There's Elon. I just fathered 6 more children. We love high output Americans, Elon. They don't call it the Fertile Crescent for nothing. Altered Rin, real_marsupial is where I post most of my stuff. I'll also post it on Twitter with the same. Yeah, everybody go follow Possum. Possum's awesome. real_marsupial over on Twitter. I stole that joke from someone off Grog. Oh no, I already did that. Come on now. All right, let's get the last laughs in. Does this mean I keep my job? Congratulations, sir. I acquired a whole cache of gently used furniture for your ballroom. That's pretty fucking little tiny little reduced by 100% Marco Rubio.
Mr. President, I've been working on a super fresh victory speech. This beat down is bananas. B-A-N. Stop. That is too many letters, Marco. Sir, that's called flow. Flow. That's from Progressive, very liberal company, State Farm. Now that is a good name, very American.
All in all, it's good. Here's a little bit for the movie/house fund. Thank you very much. Loving everything, Vesper. Thank you so much. Thank you for gifting tier 1 subbies to Risanabe, NR86, Lunakura, Greasy Boiler, and X-Ray 2000. Thank you so much. All in all, it's good. I hope for you, all in all, it's good. All right, let's see what Melania has to say. This is the perfect ending for my next film, Melania 2, The Revenge. I have a... Oh, snap, homie. I just heard Iran shut the Strait down again. That's right, bro. All this was for nothing. But you know, if you steal enough of their lube, I'm sure these bastards will surrender. Okay, so it just... I restart there. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it literally just takes you back to that one spot. Because all the bridges are... Oh, what the fuck? Hello, Donald. Little Donald, you have so much to learn.
I started a war of attrition.
But you let Jimmy Kimmel survive. In Russia, he would be banished to Siberia, or even worse. TBS. I like fucking centaur Putin with like sage wisdom accompanied by a thoughtful soundtrack. Donald, come away with me. We can start a new life together.
I want to. But I can't.
I'll do that thing where I dress up like one of your daughter. Donald, I watch your P-tape every night.
So do I.
You should see Mike Johnson's P-tape. It is sick. There's a lot. There's a lot. So does it loop forever? Is it really just the same thing? Goblin Culinarian, thank you for 25 bits. Bring it back to Mr. Matthew Mayo Sapien Walsh for a hot second. The sentient picket fence claims that American Mexican food is superior. Oh yeah, he hates any actual fucking food. Like, God, he's such a I have less than no patience for white people that can't handle like a little bit of spice. That can't handle eating one fucking thing with their hands. Get over yourself. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's so unclean. Shut up. Fuck. That was a fun little thing. Thanks for sending who sent that in. Thank you for anyone seeing the political Yowie girl. Hey, Spectral Phantom, what? Huh? What do you mean? Trump sets worrying new record as mania spirals out of control. The mean tweets president has reached alarming new heights just before turning 80. Nightmarish image right there. Jesus. It was Daily Beast and... Sleepless Trump 79 gives himself bizarre new role in bizarre Midnight Post. I don't want to, motherfucker. Trump posts 3 strange images in a single minute just before midnight. The president had another very active evening. So these are also things that I look at and I'm like, oh no, he's cooked. He's cooked. Like he is what your uncle, what your grandma does on Facebook posting, but without any consideration for like the optics of it, the reality of it, how it reflects on him, how it reflects on his movement. Like no connection to reality is found. Political Yowie girl. Against my better judgment, I'm going to go ahead and click. Lumi. Firing off message congratulating candidates he endorses. Request for a pardon. He capped off his night with 3 images in a row, all within the single minute of 11:44. First, he shared a picture of himself on stage. The greatest attraction, he modestly entitled the photo, which it's incredibly clear that they have these people just shoved in there. Also, this is his like effort to pump up anybody giving a shit about him speaking on the 4th of July thing. Whitney Houston and a future president. Why? Huh? It's just an old picture. Trump 00. He made these himself. That's what happened here. That has to be what happened. Because look, it's a meme template, which is just picture plus words. It doesn't make any this is how old people make memes. Where they think just referencing something or being slightly cheeky about it is of itself, like that's a meme is when you make like a pithy observation, right? The image was titled Trump 007, reflecting another of the president's recent obsessions, himself as British super spy James Bond. Huh. That's fucking weird, dog. Real, very, very weird, sir. Very weird and abnormal, sir. Oh. Yeah, no, exactly. It's an anti-meme. It is the vague approximation of memes. It is what a Backrooms meme would look like. Like a half-remembered nightmare of a meme. Goblin Culinary, thank you for 25 bits. Something to light in the mood. Happy Pride. What do we got? Oh, I can't. No, I can't. Link that in chat. Wait, no, there we go. I got it. Whoa. Okay. Or not. Lumi. Magar, I think for $5. Trump Golden Eye and 64 cover, but the mouth goes down. Ugh. Okay. Lumi's political yaoi dating simulator season 3. Is Trump a good boy, not clickbait? The Yandere plan in Iran. Is this an Omegaverse weirdo? All right, Goblin Culinary, and I'm going to try that real quick.
This is a blind time to shine! Dude, you're scaring the neighbors. They're Republicans. You're fuck the Republicans! I have the power of God! Oh my God.
That's pretty cute. Her content is great. Is it great? It says in the title, no clickbait. Okay. All right, look. This is going to be like when Viv explained the Omegaverse on stream to me and like 5 other trans people.
Welcome back, everybody. Look at this.
1/8, just a tiny little bit. Come on, darling. The mother's screaming like crazy. Darling, I love you, darling. Mom, I can't do it.
Did you see it? Okay, great. Now that you're warmed up, let me explain. This is season 3 of the political yaoi dating sim love meter Yandere plan.
Okay, so here's the thing. Violet Left, thank you for 100 bits. Happy Pride, trans rights, thank you so much. This is a lot out of the gate. And to deal with this, I think we're going to have to transition, so to speak, to the game world, the game space. No, not that one. All right. Sorry, give me 1 second. Oh, wait. It feels like a bit. It might be maybe a bit. I don't know about a deep dive. But there is something happening for sure. All right, sorry. Let us go. Now we get to play this game. Yay! Let me. There's meat on this? Yeah, give me a second. Wait until she... What do you mean wait until she brings out the charts?
Master Diagram! Part 3. Yowie lovers, lock in. So last time on the Yowie News Network, we talked about regime change. And if you haven't already watched part 1 and 2 of season 3 of the political Yowie dating simulator Master Diagram, you should go and watch them. Here's what they look like. Interesting, right? So that was regime change internationally. But what about regime change domestically? Well, have I got some news for you? It's out with N and
no, this seems like a bit. This seems like a really...
Kristi
the
Noem
commitment,
gets kicked from the party!
I'll say, is commendable.
For Mark Wayne Mullen. Now, Mark Wayne Mullen, he's right here, right? Is obviously a beta. And he has a very long and hard history of pining for Trump. And for all the new people watching, Trump is a fragile yawn.
There's just a lot going on here. Salve, thank you for $5. Come on, Didi, I want to hear your rant take on Ridoid Gamers Tears. Oh yeah, I'll get to the God of War stuff. We'll find some chud videos to watch for that. Nehemia, thank you for another 5. If I recall, this girl's satire is just she goes on wild rabbit holes, connecting everything together with this kind of quasi Omegaverse lingo. It's great. I'll be real. It's a pretty good bit. It's a pretty good bit.
Tsundere Fusion Omega, who has currently been in heat for 1 whole year. As you can see by my very analytical and accurate diagram. You can tell it's accurate because there are red arrows everywhere. And if you don't know anything about Omegas, you might be saying, okay, Lumi, heat for 1 year, like yeah, big deal. Yes, it is a big deal! It is a big deal! Heat for 1 year means that Donald Trump's Omega heat waves have been compounding and expanding over and over and over and over on top of each other, which means that instead of producing maybe 1 or 2 heat stink waves, right, whereas Omega pheromones come out through the heat, he emits like 10 billion of them. And because there are 10 billion heat waves, they can travel way farther, miles and miles, to Beta Mark Wayne Mullen, who smells them and wants to get with Omega Donald Trump. How do I know? Because Trump's musky Omega baby scent made Mark Wayne Mullen cry!
This is a lot, y'all.
I think at one time or next, we should say thank you. Thank you for being a strong leader. But there's no way in God's green earth you guys can ever give the president, at least President Trump, any credit. Sorry.
He got so protective of him that it choked him up to tears. And so in the natural cycle, crying made Mullen's beta scent start leaking out, which was then something that triggered Trump's heat more because he could smell him reacting with protectiveness to Trump. So what did he do? He made room for the beautiful beta by kicking out non-Yowie Kristi Noem! And you'd think that this would have made Kristi Noem sad, right? Maybe even sadder when she took her own puppy out back. But she didn't have time for that, because she was worried about a different set of puppies. So as you can see on my screen, Mark Wayne Mullen gets sworn in. And
So okay.
Trump
I think I'm getting the bit here, where the bit is looking at she's very much acting, but I think the bit here is making it so that you're able to discuss all of these insane and quite dark topics in a way that is not only familiar to terminally online people and nerds. Very loud. What's very loud? PlayStation 2 loud? Why the fuck is this PlayStation? Oh, fuck. Sorry, y'all. The PlayStation was not supposed to be going. Sorry about that. My bad. Yeah, we're watching some Omegaverse Yowie. Watching a little bit of Omegaverse Yowie. No. Drew Pruitt. I think you're absolutely right. And I'm far from a fucking expert on Omegaverse shit, but Juno dear, this is Manhunt. Hey, whoa. I see someone in chat. Saying, calling her the lolly girl. Okay, lolly is not yaoi. Okay, first off, lolly and yaoi are far different things. Yaoi is respectable. Okay, yaoi is art.
Nobody knew. 1, he's really good at piping, because he's a plumber, as you can see from this analysis. 2,
as you can see from this analysis, red lines, good at piping. It's a pretty good bit. Let me see if I can fucking find something actually really quick. Is this it? No, there was a fucking bit I did years ago for Rely on Horror. Here we go. Here's what it was. That reminds me of this I did way back in the fucking day when I was an editor at Rely on Horror. God damn, 2018. Oh, it was so long ago. I did a leaked Silent Hill concept art. Upcoming game features double Pyramid Head and more. And the other stupid things. Do I have? Yep. These were all of the stupid drawings I did with things. Great knives, the best knives, spooky hand, belly full of symbolism, double Pyramid Head, cold dead eyes, little blep, bum full. That's fucking stupid. Bum full of wigglers. The swoogler. These were my leaked Silent Hill concept art designs for April Fools that I did as part of the fucking... It's so dumb. Horrifyingly small limbs, very long boy. Lil Peepers inside here too. Christ. The swoogler. Snake neck equals sneak. No, snack. The swoogler is nuts. So this is just a little drawing that I like to do. I've done this drawing since high school. It's just super easy to do for me. But the rest of them are just like weird, dumb creatures I just made. Somebody said they're like the Smiling Friends characters. I fuck with the swoogler heavy. Bum full of wigglers. Belly. The one that reminded me of this was the arrow with belly full of symbolism. Because that's just so fucking dumb. The only thing I wonder at this point is what place will this game have in the overall Silent Hill canon? Is it a prequel to the first game's prequel? Or a sequel to the remake of the first game? Does the inclusion of Pyramid Head, who is exclusively symbolic to Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 2 alone, hint at a possible return for fan favorite James Sunderland? Will we see a double James? Can Guy Seehee do two voices at once? Remember the game show Elevator in Silent Hill 2? That was super weird, right? Man. An even bigger revelation is the inclusion of one character referred to as Double Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head is one of the franchise's most memorable characters. So if the latest game features a Pyramid Head with twice the Pyramid Head power, one can assume he will end up being twice as popular. Silent Hill fans are nothing if not understanding of the liberties that sometimes need to be taken in game development, and I personally think that Double Pyramid Head is going to be a huge hit with the fan base. I'm sorry. This is still fucking. This still makes me. This is dumb. This still makes me laugh though. Goblin Culinarian, thank you for 25 biddies. El Salve, thank you for $2. Acting or not, guess who can fix her? This is concentrate and we were supposed to dilute. Thank you very much. That guy for $2. You know what? Points to committing to the bit. I love it. I love committing to the bit. Goblin Culinarian, thank you for 25 bits. JoJo Bizarre Adventures walk so Yuri on Ice could run in the Yuri space.
He's really good at wrestling. Play the clip.
Mark Wayne has also a career as an MMA fighter. That's why I looked at his ears and I said, I'm not going to fight with him. During which he went totally undefeated. He was undefeated during his career, and he's been inducted into the Oklahoma Wrestling Hall of Fame.
That was a lot of information, so let me give you a visual aid. Here's an accurate representation of what was going through Trump's imagination when he said that to Mark Wayne Mullen. Trust me, this is peer review. Because, as we come to find out, oiled up muscly men who touch and grope each other for sport are Trump's type. Exhibit A, UFC fighter Paulo Costa.
You're a beautiful guy. Great fighter. Put me the model when they stop the fight. I'll give you a hug. You look so good.
I've said it. I've said it once. I've said it a fucking 1,000 times. I've said it once. I've said it a fucking 1,000 times. The gayest man to be president.
You're too good looking to be a fighter. You are some fighter.
I really don't think I have to say much here, but Trump met him on a date, on a three-way date, not just a regular date, with Dana White and Marco Rubio. As you can see on my screen, while JD Vance was busy failing his Iranian negotiations. Man, I can't wait for his Yandere arc. Exhibit B, Jake Paul, who he started sizing up.
There was a slight size variance, like about 7 inches and about 70 pounds.
And I said, Jake, I'm president. How can I do your local podcast? But his local podcast is big stuff. And he's big stuff. Jake, you got to come up. Come here. Come on. You got to come.
I fucking, like, I'm so... She has to watch a lot of this stuff because these are clips that even in this space... That's crazy. Sorry, I don't know how well a stealth game is going to work with watching something.
That size really does matter. He also said this.
Say, I predict, I'm going to make a prediction that you will be, in the not too distant future, running for political office. Okay? And you have my complete and total endorsement, okay?
That is a presidential endorsement of Jake Paul. Team 10, Jake Paul. Trump is obviously grooming Jake to be in his political Yowie harem. And this might be the reason that Jake Paul is sweating buckets of pheromone. Look at his armpits. What causes sweating? Vigorous activity. Look, I got a diagram for you. By sweat shield undershirts, I got a diagram. What causes...
Okay, this is a good bit, but I'm also good on it. I'm good. I'm good. All right, yeah. Let's check out the God of War shit. No, I don't. God of War Laufey. I don't know. Deborah Ann Wool looks great, but there is something, somebody pointed out, there's something Clay-like about it's always in the eyes. It's always in the eyes and the cheeks when people scan in, like the lighting hits weird. And that's when people are like, oh, this doesn't look like real. Like there's something, we haven't crossed the uncanny valley in our constant pursuit of realism. Or I guess we're in the uncanny valley. This is bad. All right, do we want to watch the first chud? We find I don't know who this cat is. Here we go. Major backlash over millennial writing galore. No God of War and God of War. I can't watch Tyrone. Tyrone makes me sad for being a grifter. Dig for my chud. Okay. All right. Well, we'll find it. God of Woke. See, you're not even it's not even putting in fucking like work for that. What do you mean God of Woke? I also, this fucking idea that, first off, David Jaffe just hates new God of War. David Jaffe is not a bad dude, but I think when it comes to anything he's worked on and his opinion on it, you cannot listen to this guy. Just straight up. He is far too bitter, far too personally invested over it. PlayStation fanboys, blah, blah, blah. No, I need a real fucking shithead. Like nobody's really giving it to me like I want it for. God of War fans are calling this woke garment. But no. The God of War Laufey conspiracy. Laufey? Luffy? LaFay. Somebody give me a fucking LaFay. Okay. Yeah, no, we gotta go. Explain. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for woke. There we go. All right, we got Var Dark. No, I can't stand her. Tyrone, boring. Was this? This was yesterday, right? They're fucking slow on the roll. Where's my? Oh, there we go. There we go. God of Cuck. Now we're talking a dork like Yellow Flash. That malformed fucking preemie. I'm sorry, that's not nice. That's not nice. There's nothing wrong with being a preemie. I was a preemie.
So yesterday, Sony did a state of play for their PlayStation 5 to let everybody know what's coming out this year. I think most of those games are coming out this year. Wolverine got a big showcase. The game looks good, and the gameplay looks all right. I just don't know how I feel about it after some of the stuff that happened in Spider-Man 2. I'm pretty sure Sweet Baby Inc. worked on this still, even if it was just at the
dude. Fucking Spider-Man 2 was what, 3-4 years ago now? God damn.
Writing level. And Jean Grey looks like a dude. What, lines up with what they did to Mary Jane. Remember how ugly she was in Spider-Man 2? Anyway, the real big story.
That looks like a man to them. What are you fucking talking about, man? What are you fucking talking about?
Here's, of course, God of War, because we're not getting God of War. We're getting God.
She does like God of Laundry. Because you get it. You get it. Because women be doing laundry. I can't. That guy's so fucking gonna put me to sleep. I need somebody else. I need a like where's fucking Jeremy on this? Where's any of the regular grifters? Andy Pants has to have something, right? Good old Andy Pants can come through for us. Come on, buddy. Come on, bud. Can I prove that games went woke a year ago? Okay. No, good game, dumb politics. Christ, man. He's talking shit on. I forgot. He's a different level of stupid. Repressed homosexual. Let's go. No, God of War, I don't know. Woke trash, woke garbage. Leaving fans disgusted. Is it really that bad? All right, so this is a bunch of fucking dorks talking about it, and of course they always use the original creator. What do you mean Trump missing? Nobody's seen him technically for like a week. How did he not lose his entire online presence after that AI child abuse him? I think Andy Pants has just been on more of a lolcow trajectory than anything else. And I think that's kind of the zone that he's put himself into. I would love for him to make... Oh, man. Andy Pants, please make another game. Please make another game I can review. Holy shit. God of Trash. 6 views, 6 hours ago. God of Convenience. Conveniently the answer. Conveniently the sword exists. Conveniently she... Okay, now we're getting into some good shit.
God of War, Laufey, narratively speaking...
Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it. Why is it not giving me anything of what I fucking want? All right. New God of War woke. Found Jeremy's video on it. Thank you. Thank you. It's saying a lot that the Quarterings videos aren't fucking coming up for this. Did I check out the Lego Scandal playlist? No, not yet. I don't think I'll be able to get to that on this stream. I might actually just do that on Friday. Go through the whole thing. RDY, thank you for $4.99. Heel versus Babyface and Smash JT. That's what I'm looking for. I'm surprised they're not coming up in my searches too. Oh, Heel versus Babyface is gonna have some quality dumb shit. Mr. fucking pronouns himself. There we go. Now we're talking. God of War hijacked by feminist slop. Fucking pronouns. I don't know why I went British Schwarzenegger there. Before, after. Who the fuck is that? Feminism ruins everything. 11. Ooh, 1104. Jeremy. Jeremy eking just past that fucking monetization ad threshold. See, but this isn't even going to be that interesting. Whoa. 3,000 views in 5 hours? Nobody gives a fuck about him anymore. God damn. The fall off is wild.
God of War Laundry.
The fuck happened to the... What is this set he's on?
Edition was released yesterday at PlayStation State of Play, and everyone hates it. Basically, everyone knew that they would be replacing the beloved Kratos with a woman because feminism.
Because feminism. So here's the thing. I have not played Ragnarok. I'm not probably going to play it this year. I liked 2018. I would consider myself a fair weather God of War fan. Like, I am not a huge fan of the series. I really liked Chains of Olympus and what was the other one? There was Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. I really liked Ghost of Sparta. I thought those were really fun games. I thought they were great. I never loved them. I was never insane about them. They were good at what they were doing, which was being a maximalist approach to a kind of outdated form of storytelling in games, which was very much putting you as a good guy and you got to go and get the bad guy and stop anything that gets in your way. Like, it is the most simplistic narrative you can possibly craft and create, right? The idea that God of War is this kind of sacrosanct narrative accomplishment, the original trilogy, is fucking ridiculous. It is a game series that was predicated on big, memorable moments, but they are the most early 2000s game possible. it is just, most of the God of War games are just Kratos being angry and being like, "Ah, Zeus, I will have my revenge." Like, that's it. There is no real character arc, but it wasn't supposed to be that. However, it is shown time and time again that this reinvention of the franchise has been incredibly popular. Whether people like it or not, whether you like the third-person action-adventure movie-type game, I myself, pretty fucking tired of it. I'm really tired of, like, oh, here's Onimusha, third-person behind-the-back cinematic game. Oh, here's Wolverine, third-person behind-the-back cinematic game. Oh, here's God of War, third-person behind-the-back cinematic game. We all have various, like, differences in their gameplay, obviously, but it's a style of game that I think was growing thin for a lot of people at the beginning of this generation, and there has been no real attempt to shake it up in a considerable way. Like, we are stuck in a game design quagmire, right? Where I think a lot of big and AAA developers know what sells, they know what they want to make, and it comes down to just being kind of more expensive movies and stuff. 10,000 flavors of Uncharted. Yeah, kind of. El Salve, thank you for $2. Somehow Jeremy has returned. Insomniac took too long for me to care about. I will probably play the Wolverine game eventually. It's just, the thing about the Wolverine game is that everything I see from it is abundantly clear they took almost all of, like, it's abundantly clear the Raven Software X-Men Origins Wolverine game was the blueprint. Like, even down to the fact that you can impale enemies on environmental objects, like literally forklifts, which is one of, like, 5 things you could impale people on in the Xbox 360 game. Single Ted group therapy Kratos. Yeah, but so here's the thing I think is interesting about this and had me kind of raising my eyebrows is this idea of, again, having not played Ragnarok, not knowing the story beats, but I played through 2018 technically once, and I was there for somebody else playing through it at the time. So technically I've seen it all twice years ago. And I liked it. I liked it a fair amount. I thought it was good. I haven't revisited it. The idea of, however, the thing that I was always most interested in that story is, like, what is the kind of woman that would get Kratos' attention? And the idea that we've already learned that Faye fought Kratos to a standstill. I don't know if that was in Ragnarok. I don't know if that was depicted yet. But I really love the character idea of, here is this invincible, nigh unkillable god of rage, and he comes... It's like a Punisher type thing. It's like the Punisher only ever fucks people that he, like other psychopaths kind of like him. Like there have been numerous runs where Punisher has been down bad for Elektra because she is also a murderous sociopath. And so the idea of Kratos getting his ass beat to a standstill by another female god and going like, hubba, hubba, homina, homina, is... like, I think that's a really good character beat for me. And that's what I am most... because it's obvious that if Kratos loved her, and if she is, like, now down in this kind of underworld for the god, the Everwhere or whatever, I think some of that is a little silly. I think they are finally angling towards the dream. And that should be the other thing people are fucking happy about, by the way. They're finally angling towards the dream that people have been asking for God of War since 2008, whenever God of War 3 came out. The idea that, like, oh, what if Kratos fought all the other pantheons? She's fighting Hindu gods and Egyptian gods. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, they are building towards giving you what you want in a more expansive way. Anyway, what I think they are building towards, and look, Cory Barlog can sue me if this is too accurate. I think the next God of War game, I think Le Fay is going to be, like, probably fun, probably good. I'm sorry, I got distracted reading the chat. But I think it's going to be followed up probably with, if I had to bet money right now, I wouldn't bet a lot, but I would say that the follow-up game is going to be called Gods of War. And it is going to be about, like, the family whooping other gods' ass.
Now,
here's the other thing. I saw that it had a dedicated jump button in air combat, and people have been complaining. People have been comparing it to Devil May Cry because of that. Like, that's fucking peak. I'm sorry. If you're making a game and people are like, oh, it looks kind of like Devil May Cry, I'm there. Like, that gets me more on board with fucking anything. Thank you, Asalfe, for $10. The right toys are crying about God of War Le Fay and claiming they are the majority of the audience. Yeah, no, look at the gameplay comment section, but also look at the sales, which, by the way, these people are now, the thing I wanted to bring up with this is to show what disingenuous little shits they are, because all of these people, you know what, let's go back. Way back. God of War is a disaster. God of War is not a masterpiece. Woke garbage. Lost game of the year. Masterful disappointment. God of War. All of these same fucking dorks. Why God of War Ragnarok went woke. All of these same dorks who are now acting like, oh no, we always liked all the Kratos games. We always liked this. I can't believe God of War is just going woke now. They said the same shit about the last two fucking games. Constantly. They constantly complained about every aspect of these games. They complained that they had black people. They complained that they had strong women. Race swap fetish. Fucking God, Jeremy, you're so weird. That God of War 2018 woke. I might not be able to. The God of War Le Fay and Ragnarok stuff might stop me from actually finding the woke stuff there. God of War was woke. When God of War 2018 was released, people called it woke. How God of War was ruined. 1 year ago, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, all the stuff is bringing up Le Fay right now. Is God of War 2018 woke? There's so much of this just fucking like absolutely disposable content. Woke journalist attacks all gamers and PewDiePie. Yeah. I'm not going to keep digging. I don't care that much. All right, let's keep listening to this shit. Indigo Blue Discord, thank you for $5. Quarter Pounder goes on long stories to his female employees about how he shit his pants in Walmart. He doesn't have the right to rant about games. Unfortunately, it's part of freedom of speech, and everybody feels entitled to do that shit. That video titled "How God of War Was Ruined" is a terrible gamer. Oh, I know Under the Mayo, that fucking idiot.
Predictable thing is happening and will happen. The game will underperform, chuds will be blamed, and nothing will change.
The game will I doubt it won't underperform, dog. It's a new God of War game. What the fuck are you talking about? Lefe.
This is why I don't support AAA gaming anymore. It's all woke trash.
I don't support AAA gaming anymore. It's all woke trash. Hassan exposed. Dude, these fucking... Pride is canceled. What happened to his channel, dude? Breaking news. When did he start this shit? What the quartering? Did he not have... Like, did he shut down the quartering channel? What the fuck is this? No, he just has a different channel where he covers all the same shit? What the... That's fucking stupid, dog. God, you're worthless. All right, yeah, let's get back to this.
God of War Laundry Edition was released.
Yeah, you could tell. You could tell they have a lot of really good just zingers. That this is the second we've watched, like maybe a combined 3 minutes of multiple dorks videos on God of War, and we've already gotten the women be doing laundry joke twice. Hell yeah, dude. Nothing but playing the hits.
Yesterday at PlayStation State of Play, and everyone hates it. Basically, everyone knew that they would be replacing the beloved Kratos with a woman because feminism. Now, the predictable thing is happening and will happen.
Is it?
The game will underperform, chuds will be blamed, and nothing will change. This is why I don't support AAA gaming anymore. It's all woke trash. However, what I didn't expect was the creator of God of War himself coming out and saying the game looks stupid. This guy is a far leftist. His position should have been, strong independent female, 10 out of 10 game. Everybody moves on. But no, that hasn't been the case. The predictable people on the internet, I can't believe there's people still afraid to play as a woman in a video game. Well, I played as a woman in Expedition 33 and loved it. One of the best games I've ever played. Top 5 probably all time for me. This is, of course, a straw man, which Asmongold points out. Intentional misunderstanding. No one is afraid to play as a girl. You know this. Why would you even say that?
No one is afraid to play as a girl. Okay, dude. Tell me what problem you have with it. Tell me what problem you have with it when you aren't playing a fucking... a game that you consider goon bait. A game that you absolutely would consider a goon bait, dude. I don't doubt for a second that you fucking honked it to what was the child that all these fucking freaks and perverts were freaking out over? Altered Ren, thank you for 2 months. Take my Bezos money. I'll do it if you want me to. Yeah, also the idea of him being like him, he's so fucking lazy with this shit. He's like, yeah, no, like he is going, the dude, Asmongold, the guy who his entire content model is just looking at other people's opinions and going, yeah, chat, yeah, that's true. Jeremy is now looking at Asmongold and being like, yeah, actually, the thing he's saying is true. Come on, man. Come on.
I mean, the game is also getting ruthlessly mocked for its uglification filter and the involvement of known feminist nuisance.
Calling Alana a nuisance is hilarious. Alana's been a writer in the game industry for like 6 or 7 years. Like, sorry, this is the most you fucking ever amounted to, Jeremy. Alana actually is out here doing shit. And the uglification filter, because they can't actually say that Deborah Ann Wool isn't attracted. They just can't. They cannot look at a blonde, traditionally blonde white woman who is physically attractive. She's not black. She's not any other color. She has hair. She's white-skinned. These tick off all of their arbitrary metrics for somebody to be attractive. These are all the things they love. So they can't take that attack angle. What they are attacking, and I will actually see this point, but again, it's a problem more with the constant pursuit of realism, like photorealism at all costs. She's redhead? Oh, I thought she was blonde. Well, I guess I've only ever seen her in Daredevil. Yeah, they hated Horizon's Aloy too. Well, because Aloy was, they said, oh, she looked like a man. I'm like, fuck off. Whatever. It is the realism of it. Like, there is something for certain and you can see it with another person that they complained about. Deborah Wilson is playing Callisto in Deborah Wilson's actually a great example. Because if you go and look, let me pull this up real quick, at Deborah Wilson, you will be able to see in different appearances how her eyes are lit differently and how it affects how her face looks. Same face scan. Ah, fuck you, Threads. But here's a great example. This one was from, this looks like it's from Star Wars. This looks like it's from Jedi Fallen Order, right? And I had a problem, especially with the first one, the lighting on her face, because black people, the skin texture, especially when you're going for realism, anybody who works as a lighter, any kind of black filmmaker, anybody who works with black or models of color, the skin reflects light differently. That's not fucking surprising. That's just a fact. When you are trying to, now, video games don't work like reality, but when you're trying to emulate the look of realism, there's kind of some overlap, and they need to have a different approach to it, right? You've seen this also with the Marvel Spider-Man games with Miles Morales. Where, like, you have lighting here, busted. Like, let me move this out of the way. Busted lighting. It creates these uneven wrinkles in the character model. However, you compare that to lighting that actually reflects, and this is closer to something that would actually be like when you see, oh fuck, what's his name? Ryan Coogler is really good with this kind of thing. Moonlight is another movie that did it really well. When you have people, photographers, cinematographers, modeling, lighting artists who pay attention to the different colors that work better for darker skin tones, for non-white skin tones. It doesn't just have to be white and black. This is closer to the look that you will find. Now, why I bring that up, because we're still talking about a white person here, but why I bring that up is you compare Old and Busted, lighting, same character scan, same graphical quality, same development team. Old and Busted, new hotness. Old and Busted, new hotness. Old and Busted, and then let's find one. Let's find like Kojima. Well, Kojima will do her upright. Got yeah, let's do. They did a way better job of lighting her in I was gonna say Force Unleashed 2, but Jedi Survivor. And then you go to Death Stranding. And because Kojima has a obsessive attention to detail, oh, come on now. Almost all of his characters, regardless of skin color, this is something he managed with Tommy Earl Jenkins too, look damn near goddamn photorealistic. let's get up close. And by the way, it shouldn't go unmissed or unacknowledged that a lot of this comes from Kojima's attention to these scenes, to lighting them, to blocking, to setting them up. Because Kojima kind of approaches storytelling from a filmmaker's perspective, with a game designer's perspective. But, like, the dude watches movies all the fucking time. The dude could be a director if he wanted. So what you get is, even in these scenes where the textures are kind of flat, the lighting is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Perfunctory. It's very naturalistic environmental lighting. And you still get these scenes where you have the backgrounds, the way everything is blocked. Things in the background are slightly darker, so they offset the stuff in the foreground, but light is also focused because of the way things are blocked. On having the natural curves in somebody's face accentuated in a way that reads as more natural than, for example, something like this, which is what happens in a lot of games. And the more people try and make things realistic, the more we have these insanely high quality facial scans, the more something being slightly off makes you go, that doesn't look right. And from there, so many people who are looking and grabbing for literally anything to complain and bitch about will go, oh, they look ugly. Because you get this effect like we see here. Or anytime when people looked at the Starfield bad NPCs or whatever, when people were complaining about, oh, look at the fucking star, look at how bad this looks. And it's like, yeah, because the lighting is fucking weird. Because that, like, this kind of lighting, when you have stuff like this, you can light a character model like this to look great. The lighting here, however, is just working against the visuals. This is a massive problem with emphasizing so much realism in a game, because games are not meant to be. I talked about this years ago when I did a video essay on how Elder Scrolls Oblivion is one of the kind of best comedy games ever made, because it doesn't try and hold your hand through every aspect of the world, through the storytelling. And you compare and contrast that with so many games made now that really want to make everything as realistic as possible. They want to make everything as photorealistic. They're following, we talked about this at the beginning of the stream, but they're following in this very samey third-person action game formula. And so when you have these moments where games don't want to give you that creative freedom, they don't trust the player like they used to in a lot of ways, or more accurately, they want to stay true to the creator's artistic vision, because everybody wants to have the exact same plotting, beating, the incredibly detailed appeal of something like The Last of Us, right? And that's what you're kind of seeing with some of the out of, like, this is the, like, this doesn't even look that bad. But when you look at something like this, seriously, compare the lighting in these two scenes. Looks great. Looks damn near photorealistic. And you've got a really good highlight on her face that makes both eyes, the eyelids are closed, so it looks far more natural. You've got a lot of good darkening over here, gradually tapering off into some more shadows over here. This looks great. You could tell me this is an edited photo. I might believe you. However, this one, you have an awkward pose. You have something taken mid-gesture. You're getting weird lighting remnants, particularly around, like I was saying, the eyes, the eyelids. The more detailed those get, the more places there is for light or lighting sources to catch on that. Then you get it down here, little bit too, where it creates this when you're going from something that you have to do a double take to be like, is that video, is that film, to something that looks wrong. It doesn't look real, but you can't quite put your finger on it. That's the uncanny valley. That is the part of your brain that is like, it's something wrong. I don't know what it is. It's hard to put my name on it, but it's something wrong. So when you see people saying like, oh, this uglification filter, it's because they're casual dipshits who don't play the fucking games. Who don't think for more than a second outside of seeing a woman and being like, it's just the woman. The woman must, why doesn't she look like my anime girls? I don't know why. I went big the cat. I'm sorry, everybody. PAC 1996, they are reaching a level of like money and fidelity that is going into these games that it's getting harder, I think, even for them to be like, yeah, this looks ugly. Like they have to really fucking reach now. And they've had to do this for the last couple of controversies they've done. They did it for fucking Fable. They did it for fucking Perfect Dark and all this shit. El Salve, thank you for $5. Also, Alana Pierce was worshipped and simped over by these MAGA losers for her attractive role in Dispatch. Now they hate her for other talents. Oh, I didn't realize she was in Dispatch.
Alana Pierce, an Australian SJW who seemingly never earned a job in her life, in my opinion.
Seemingly never in the fucking bitch about video games all day podcaster's opinion. First, also using SJW unironically in the big 2-6 is crazy. The central issue they're raising is that the main character is a woman. Like, that's what they're going to get to. Sorry, I went on the fucking...
No discernible talent, yet spends 4 years writing God of War.
I feel like that there's the discerning talent right there, buddy.
What I didn't expect was David Jaffe coming out, who I've debated before, who is a nice guy, but an extreme leftist coming out saying the game looks like crap.
Fuck was that?
Did you hear that? What the F was that?
What the fuck is Lofty? That looks like shit.
And do you remember when I said at the beginning, you cannot trust David Jaffe. He's got too much emotion in the game. He is too... He's too emotionally compromised to have like a good... Yeah, also, Jaffe was the creator on the first game. Well, it's because it's the thing they always go back to. These dorks love to be like, oh, this person created the game, so they are the eternal arbiter of everything it is and ever can be and aspire to. And it's like, no. Like, they do the same thing with fucking Fallout, where they're like, oh, the write out of the original Fallout game is another chud. Or fucking Martin O'Donnell. Martin O'Donnell did the soundtrack to Halo. Like, he was on the original dev team. He did not fucking, like, write the lore. So when people are like, oh, this is what they always meant it to be, because the person who worked on it 20 years, like, that's because they have to have somebody. It's the same thing Grumms does. It's the only reason anybody gives a fuck about Grumms is because he was like, yeah, I worked on Warcraft a long time ago, and so I get to say what Warcraft should or shouldn't be. And it's like, dog, really? No, you don't. Yeah, no, controversial take. I don't care what this one white dude that used to work on a game has to say. Like, it's not your game. And also, Cory Barlog, this is the thing. People talk about, because people kind of wrongfully give Hideki Kamiya credit for the Devil May Cry series. Like, they regard him as the creator of the series. But it is, God, who was the fucking lead designer on Devil May Cry 5? Masahiro Hideaki Itsuno. Hideaki Itsuno was basically responsible for Devil May Cry as we know it, from fixing what he could have to delivering Devil May Cry 3 and 5. Like, This is essentially, he did not make or originate the series, but to a lot of people, for Devil May Cry, Itsuno is the person who made the franchise what it is. Right? Here we go. Boss ordered him to work on Devil May Cry 2. He was asked to reorganize the project in a supplementary role, which effectively meant taking over leadership. In exchange, he would go uncredited, but ended up the only director listed in the final version of the game. Most of Team Devil had not worked on Devil May Cry and lacked experience in 3D action games, which resulted in a production severely behind schedule with 6 months left on the deadline. He accomplished the request, was dissatisfied with his level of involvement in the final product's quality. Itsuno asked his higher-ups for Devil May Cry 3 with himself as the director from the start of the project. He rallied Team Devil to stay for it, with many wanting to work with what they had learned making 2. Common criticisms, such as decreases to Dante's cockiness and the game's difficulty, were brought back in line with the first game. Miyazaki at FromSoft is another example. I'm pretty sure Itagaki and Ninja Gaiden. I don't believe he made the first Ninja Gaiden. Reviving the Ninja Gaiden franchise in 2004. Yeah. Like, there is a long history of so many developers taking over and reinterpreting and recrafting, doing the exact same thing Cory Barlog has done with God of War, by the way. Rise Again at 845. Thank you for $2. Google Death of the Author, you plebes. El Salve, thank you for $5. DD, they just took the worst and most awkward facial expression images taken to prove their point on ugly women. It's either ugly, big boobs or ugly. Yeah. Yeah, because that's really all they care about.
Wow. That looks like ish. I'm going to be honest with you. There is no bigger SJW 13? In the video game world than David Jaffe. And he himself couldn't bring himself to get behind, stunning and brave female. We must have a stunning and brave female in the game.
Is this just going to be him
was
bitching?
Like, nah, dog, not for me.
Reminds me of that game Forspoken a little bit.
Forspoken also famously
I think
tanked.
That looks so uninspired, and it looks so...
He's looking a little healthier, David. I'm glad to see that. It's crazy. David Jaffe was also a Twisted Metal guy, too. And, he has good lore. He's made great video games. I disagree with him on his politics, but he knows a good video game when he sees one. It's a clone of a clone of a clone, uninspired, and this is why. Because you hire this chick who is an SJW, and then you get this ugly-ass character.
Dull. And you guys have to remember that
If his whole thing is just going to be saying, oh, no, this guy agrees with me, I don't give a fuck. I want to see, show me you actually having a fucking thought. The real BBC. Star Wars is, in fact, not saved. Just 3 hours of Mauler, Nerdrotic, and Babyface talking about shit from their childhood and being bitter. You couldn't pay me. I mean, you could probably pay me to do it, but fuck, man. That's the ugh.
3, 2, 1. God of War is back, baby, and this time they're wearing a dress and they're talking to a gooey cube, and I think they're doing the laundry or something. I might have read
3 for fucking 3, dog. 3 for what? Do they have a fucking group chat where they just share the same joke? Every one of them is like, yeah, the women be like, not even diversifying to the point of, like, they are so against DEI they cannot even diversify the dog shit jokes they're using from 10 years ago. More than 10 years ago. What do you fucking mean? Like, you can't make a sandwich joke, a kitchen joke, women be shopping, a joke about shoes, inability to drive, voting. Like, there's a lot of dumb, bad, sexist, misogynist material out there. You don't just got to hammer on the 1 point. I don't know why I would expect better from a man with just a bunch of Transformers on his wall, who believes that this is a acceptable way for a grown-ass man to live, but okay.
The name.
By the way, I don't have a problem with you collect toys. I got toys and shit behind me. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with you acting like you are any kind of authority and anything in the real world when it is so clearly how, or is so clear how obviously beholden to and captive to nostalgia and nostalgic ideas you are.
Wrong. But I
yeah,
think you're
diversity
right.
of thought on the right. Hell yeah.
I wonder if they'll make me a sandwich.
Oh, hey, there we go. It's really, wow. Great.
Hi, everyone. It's Az here from Heel vs. Babyface. You're never going to believe this.
Oh, I forgot his name
How
is
many times
Az.
are we going to start a video with that? But State of Play was absolute crap. Wow. It's so well known for showcasing greatness to come. Oh, my goodness me. I'm so glad that I missed it live, but when I caught it back later, where I could pause it, do it at my own leisure, holy, oh my goodness me. I don't know. I think Ill was the only game that I was legitimately like, ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to get me some of this. Everything else, even that lovely woman who was ex-Bethesda or, used to work for Bethesda, whatever, who used to go, and all that kind of stuff. Even her game did nothing for me.
So what? I didn't watch a lot of this. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I thought I had an execution lined up. I did not. That's my bad. What was that lady's name?
Wolverine. Maybe a decent gameplay loop, possibly. But
lovely
again, we've
woman.
got race-changed heroes. Jean Grey looks like a dude. And it's been worked on by Sweet Baby and
Ikumi Nakamura. Yes, Ikumi. I didn't realize she had a new game. I knew she was making one after leaving Tango. Turns yokai hunting action game. I'm hunting and co-op immediately are turnoffs for me, but I do like yokai stuff, so that's pretty cool. Kamuri. Let me peep this real quick. Why can I not? Oh, there we go.
見えてるか見つけた見えた
I will say off the bat, I dig the fuck out of this style. This style whips. This is gorgeous. Let's go. Cool.
周りをよく見てごらん
This looks like fucking like Sunset Overdrive. This looks like maybe Ghost of Tsushima meets Sunset Overdrive. How the fuck are you gonna sit here and be like, oh no, nothing looks good to me? Fuck off. Like, you mean to tell me we might have an actual action game that isn't just fucking gotcha slop? That isn't just the same generic-ass Genshin filter for the 10,000th fucking time, and you're not hyped over that? What the fuck? Shoot! I will say the traversal looks fun as fuck. I the one thing I will say in the favor of the game I did not finish, but Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, was that I really liked the traversal. Everything else about it was like not very good. No, I wanted to actually watch the Silent Hill trailer because I haven't seen it either. Reminds me of Gravity Rush. Yeah, the like style. It almost has that like Legend of Korra like kind of. It's not really. It's like more or Naruto, even like this kind of feudal Japan steampunk mashup that is really hard to put your finger on, but I do fuck with it. Yeah, I will say, so this has been a weird game for me because I've never liked Paul Burns. Yeah, we were talking about the God of War game right now, or we're gonna in a second. I've never liked the name Townfall. I think it's a stupid name for a game. Some things do already kind of set me on edge about this game. The fact that there is no rating for intense violence or gore is like I'm not gonna be one of these people that's like, oh, a game has to have this to be a good version of this game, because like there are games in a series that don't have certain trademarks. That doesn't make it any less of a good game if it's a good game, right? But I do think it speaks to a kind of difference in approach that worries me. I don't know. There's something, like I was saying earlier about another game, having spent so long in the video game industry, I get a kind of spider sense about some of these things that, oh no, we're going back to the God of War game conversation. We're going to go back to Chud, or to Heel. But like I don't know. It also I haven't seen this trailer yet, so let me watch it and ask some I'm gonna tell you already. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm a hardcore Silent Hill fan, chat. But that means I also have a very high standard for monster design. And anything that is immediately so just kind of humanoid, it looks really generic. That monster, and I realized I'm pausing 10 seconds in to talk about one monster, it looks really fucking generic. Like in a series with things like the twin victim from Silent Hill 4, the abstract daddy. Where's my twin victim picture? Come on now. Here we go. Like you're this is the gold standard you're up against right here. Like this is that good shit. This is that fucking Masahiro Ito joint. And so one of the biggest problems with one of the games in the series, Silent Hill Downpour, among other things, was that Silent Hill Downpour, for example, has maybe the worst enemy design in the series because everyone is some variation of like just a person but kind of spooky. Like when you compare the Silent Hill Downpour monsters to any other rogues gallery, they fucking get their lunch ate. It's not even particularly close. But I do want to see. Well, I'll reserve judgment. That I'll say that does sound like my boy. That does sound like Akira Yamaoka, so I'm down. El Salve, thank you for $10. Okay, one more. If these MAGA writers are desperate to release their milk, why play video games for big cannons so we can just sub to your OF account for a 50% discount? Thank you for helping shill the OnlyFans.
Hey, who's there?
It looks good.
Simon. Are you there? Please say something. Where did you go, Simon?
Something doesn't feel right.
Wait. Hold the fucking phone. SH Silent Hill. TF. What was the name of the town in Silent Hill F? It was Ibisugaoka. Ibisugaoka. What was the other one? There was Silent Hill. Where did that take place? That took place Hope's Junction and Stilledaten, Norway. So HJ. All right, so we've got... Let me see if I can go back. I'm looking at, because SH seems obviously like Silent Hill, but I'm wondering if SW, MC, none of them are really. Yeah, I was thinking Shepherd's Glen and Homecoming. Ashfield, but that's not really downtown Ashfield. That's not really one. So none of the other names line up. I was like, oh my God, are they doing a big... Which they've kind of been angling towards that for a while. They've really kind of been angling to kind of make it a, like... global franchise, which I'm not inherently against, but like the vibes here also seem to be leaning into like an SCP, like studying anomalies kind of thing, which I'm like, I don't know, man.
Zoe? I'm sorry, Zoe?
What are you
I like the
doing
red.
here?
That's pretty cool. That looks great. Okay, that's more like it. Now you're talking my language. That's yeah, like that, like first person throwing a yucky guy going away, like that does nothing. What
the hell is that?
There's more of them.
Okay, now you're talking my language. Now you're talking my language. Let's go.
I'm so sorry.
Fear the truth behind the static. Do we have a gameplay? Gameplay overview 3 months ago. Yeah, all right, let's see. Let's check this out. Yeah, I feel like they're probably saving the good stuff. Like this is, you know, the game is reaching a. What would you think about a facility that came in to study these things, was successful, got wiped out because shit is not to be contained? Then they have a bossing say style group. I don't know. Like part of such the appeal of Silent Hill. Like I feel like the whole. You know, SCP studying shit, back rooms, anti-memetic division, control type thing. Like, leave that to those franchises. And also part of the appeal of Silent Hill is the kind of lore crafting, the theory crafting, the community coming together to play those roles, to wonder, like, what is this creature meant to represent? And I think that's just kind of, like, taking that element out and trying to connect all this stuff, trying to explain too much, takes away at such a massive core appeal of the franchise, you know? Like, I don't need to know a scientific reason for the manifestation of monsters in Silent Hill. That's never been important to any of the stories, the symbolism behind them and what they're telling.
トレーラーについて語るべきことがたくさんあります。史上初めてです。この視点の変化により、プレイヤーはサイレントヒルの恐怖を新たなレンズを通して目撃することになります。恐怖がプレイヤーのすぐそばに迫るだけでなく、スクリーンバーンが考案した新しい戦闘、回避、謎解きのメカニクスとも見事に調和します。
Absolutely. Every feature of the game has been designed with this perspective in mind, but always making sure that while we see the world in this new way, the experience still feels distinctly Silent Hill. A big part of that experience is centered around enemies and how our protagonist Simon will encounter them. Familiar tools from the...
Okay, you know what? First off, that looks like a lying figure, so I'm there. Second off, I like the combat I'm seeing. As a big fan of Condemned, if you're telling me first-person Silent Hill and you're putting combat in there, it's not just going to be Outlast type shit. Because that's the thing. I didn't care for Outlast. Like, at a certain point, it gets a little frustrating if all you're doing is just stealthing.
World of Silent Hill are all available, planks of wood, pipes, and ranged weapons like the pistol. But the ability to sneak, hide, and evade brings a new element of choice to the combat, where resorting to violence isn't the only option. In fact, with the aid of the pocket television, known as the CRTV in the game, evasion is every bit as useful a survival technique as facing...
Yes, Misanthropic, I do see. We will talk about that. Let's talk about that now then, before I get too far in. Let me go refill my water real quick. I can tell, Misanthropic. I get it, but also I feel like anybody who wants to talk about this, are you even allowed to self-defense this? Or yeah, they are. It is. So first off, Rick Chow has a history. I wonder if they're going to talk about his history doing this shit. Former Columbia area gas station owner, not guilty in the shooting death of 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton. 8 hours of deliberation, including instances in which the jury asked for instructions to be clarified to them. Unanimous not guilty. Fuck off. Prosecutors argue he was fatally shot in the back after being falsely accused of stealing a water bottle, which he was. Evidence shown Chow and his son Andy chased the teen over 100 yards away. Sorry. Cyrus Belton is a black child. He was 14, who was shot by this shit-ass fucking store owner. Andy took the stand in his father's defense, saying he yelled to his father that Carmack Belton had a gun before putting his hands up and backing away. It was never disputed whether he had a gun, but it was argued whether or not he posed a threat. Chow, who had been behind bars since his 2023 arrest, is expected to be released from jail. Quote, the anger is palpable tonight. And I don't know why, like, motherfuckers start... June 1st. Deputies were also seen Monday night parked at Chow's former store, putting up tape near the gas pumps. Why? Federal Review saw it. Like, this is a perfect example. This is just like the fucking Rittenhouse shit, where people are like, well, yeah, he killed a pedophile. No, he just killed somebody. He didn't know that. He decided that it was okay to murder somebody because we have a culture in America that encourages murder.
A child that looked like their own, that did nothing wrong. A child that all the witnesses described had fear in his eyes when he left the store. And then he started to run as two grown men chased him down over a football field and shot him dead. This should not happen. This makes us feel as if our children don't matter, and they do. This makes us feel like Cyrus's life did not matter, and it did. What you see tonight is going to be the anger. And what we ask is that anger not turn into anything else but words, to go online, to talk about it, to discuss it, but not to act like what people in their evil minds think that we are. We are certainly better than that. Cyrus was better than that. His family is better than that. It's unfortunate that this was the jury's verdict. We have no choice but to accept it, but we don't disagree, but we don't agree. There is no way that a child who did nothing wrong, who is shot in his back, how that jury can justify that verdict.
Complaint brings 8 separate legal claims, including wrongful death, negligence, civil conspiracy, false imprisonment, assault and battery, and kidnapping. Also alleges the Chow family had a pattern of racially profiling and intimidating customers, and that the corporate defendants knew or should have known it. Let me look that up. That was the one we were just looking at. (2023) Here we go. Was never charged in those cases. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Years before he allegedly killed a 14-year-old boy wrongly suspected of shoplifting. So the kid didn't shoplift, is the thing. They murdered a child because they had a gun that they did not brandish, had no intention of using, very likely wouldn't have used. This is the exact same shit. The exact same shit that happened with Trayvon Martin. He shot a shoplifter and opened fire on the vehicle of another shoplifter in separate encounters. Now 58 was never charged because his conduct in the above incidents did not meet the requirement under South Carolina law. Fucking Christ, man. He confronted a woman who'd grabbed 2 cases of Bud Light and a package of boiled peanuts and left without paying. The two struggled. The woman threatened to shoot the store owner. Chow then took hold of her beer in the woman's purse, which contained the peanuts. Woman got into her vehicle to leave. Chow pulled out a .45 caliber Glock and approximately fired 6 times at the passenger side window. How the fuck is that reasonable force in this goddamn country? Like, I know, and it shouldn't surprise me anymore, that over some beer and boiled peanuts, these goddamn psychopaths will be like, yeah, you should be able to fucking murder anybody over that. But at some point also, if you are firing 6 times into a vehicle in broad daylight when it is no longer on your property and does not pose any kind of threat to you, you are engaging in wanton public endangerment. What the fuck are you talking about? Also shot a shoplifter on October 12th. The shoplifter had taken a $6.49 can of oven cleaner and hidden it in his clothes. He assaulted Chow after the gas station owner confronted him. Chow then fired at him twice, striking him in the legs. His name is redacted on the incident reports reviewed by CBS, but the reports identify the shooter in both incidents as the store's owner. Quote, even if he had shoplifted 4 bottles of water, which he had taken out of the cooler and then put back, even if he had done that, that's not something you should shoot anybody over, much less a 14-year-old. There was no indication that Carmack Belton and Chow had a fight. She confirmed the teen died from a gunshot wound to the right lower back. Seems to be consistent with somebody. So they just fucking executed him in this. I fucking hate this country, man. And people will still be like, oh, how can you hate America? Because shit like this is institutionally supported. Well, I'm curious what the other, do we have? Let me see, Rick Chow. No, we're not going to fucking find it. Let me try. No. Here we go. In a similar incident years earlier, he whipped out his .45 caliber Glock to confront a woman who grabbed 2 cases of Bud Light. According to an incident report obtained by CBS News, the pair struggled. The woman at one point threatened to shoot Chow. I fucking hate this shit. No, like somebody with a history of that, you should not have the right to own a gun if you discharge a firearm irresponsibly in public multiple fucking times like this. Especially if the person posed no threat to you. Like, we need to completely overhaul the legal system in this country so fucking bad. Schloop. All right, let me see. All right, well, that's not fucking happening. All right, anyway, let's go back to this stuff because I gotta get going soon. God damn, it's already almost 8. Okay. All right, I have to take Lady out. I will be. Oh, I'm not going to be right back. We're going to go do a raid. Be sure to. Oh yeah, he got off. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow the new channel. By the way, I'll be putting out my first stream highlight video on the new channel tomorrow. We are going to. I guess Jack isn't open. Let's go say hi to actual Jake. And yeah, thank you, Ivan Against Cuisine. I've been streaming for almost 4 hours. Almost 4 hours. Also, I just have a lot of stuff I have to get to tonight. So, thank you all. Be sure to check out all of the new channels and stuff. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful